Hello and good evening, randomizer enthusiasts, randomizer lovers, and anybody who just happens to be in the neighborhood. And happy belated New Year! Today on Speed Gaming 2, we have a Zelda Link to the Past randomizer standard race. This is about as simple as it gets. You'll be starting in the rain and get a random weapon off of the uncle. And our featured runners today are Madcap, Kaede Rukawa, Top Specialist, and Professor Renderer. My name is TJ Maelstrom, and I will be joined today, who is doing double duty on tracking, by One Kind of Syrup. So, hello, how you doing today?
Doing good, excited for a standard race. Glad we could get 4 runners in, and yeah, like you were saying, this is the straightforward mode, and gonna go through escape and see where our runners decide to go from there.
Right, well, we got some bombs right off the bat, so that's one thing nobody will have to worry about going through, because we'll be able to get through that door at the end of the hallway there.
Yeah, no need to farm for bombs today. Also nice to have them before heading towards Kakariko as well. Always a good chance you find them either in the well or in Blind's hut. So
yeah, this definitely cuts the time down on getting through escape without with resources and such.
Yeah, it should be interesting to see what weapon we get off today. And it looks like the fire rod.
Oh, that's fun. That's a fun.
That's a good one.
That's fun. And a full magic refill in tandem.
Yeah, getting the full magic refill as well, definitely needed with that fire rod. But yeah, having the bombs, having the fire rod should be a pretty straightforward escape here for our runners.
This is a free escape right here. This is absolutely free.
Yeah, sometimes you get bombs or definitely more interesting items. Samaria, I like to see some good Samaria strats sometimes. But
yeah,
yeah, with that fire rod being a one-hit kill to all these enemies, it should be a pretty quick escape from all of our runners here.
Not only that, but since we have bombs and we have all our resources, like this fire rod, it's a hog. It's a resource hog. Like it's a chunk of magic every time you fire that thing.
Yeah,
so,
not needing to farm at all is also super nice here. Making sure you have those bombs for the back, don't have to come back, and then I expect most of our runners to head directly into Kakariko with these bombs. We'll see if after this, if anyone decides to head towards South Shore area with that fire rod with those bombs, you could clear up Mini Moldorm Cave pretty easily.
You could. It'd be a little resource intensive, but if you're looking for a flute or a bottle before you hit to Kakariko, it's valid. I do it all the time. I love doing that. Kade making sure he's staying topped off in his magic there. I appreciate that. Like I said, that fire rod is pretty darn resource intensive.
Yeah, for sure. Good game knowledge there from Kaede as well, knowing the drops there. Picking up those small magics where they can.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Bomb rich today.
All right, we get it, okay? It's free. Give me just please. Come on.
Wonder if any runners now will use that second bomb in the back of escape here to get out a little bit faster. Saves you a few seconds.
I never actually timed it. Is that actually faster?
It is slightly faster, not having to go back down and double back. I think in boots modes and things like casual boots, it's almost exactly the same.
All right. Okay. Yeah, I play a lot of standard, so that's good to know. This is really kind of dull. This is
it's nothing interesting here. We got a key in the back. So there will be either an item. I don't think we've seen the map yet. So an item or a map in Dark Cross.
We did see the map. It was
so we have items coming through at least. We have 4 items
stuff
in the back of escape here.
Yeah, we got stuff. We got at least 12 more bombs coming our way.
Exactly. This is the time to get them.
Yeah, possibly 19 bombs.
It'll be perfect. So our runners, once they hit 10, it keeps going up, so that's perfect.
Right. Yeah. 3 packs in the 10 and the 10.
Of course.
Yeah. It's always fun when you start with that 10 pack in escape. That's a good one.
Yeah. I'm actually a big fan of the bomb strats. I saw a good chunk of them throughout the Invitational League this year and last year, just in some of the open modes, and the bomb strats are really interesting.
It's a good knowledge check, and something you should probably, if you're picking this up and they're gonna do standard once in a while, yeah, you should learn how to do that.
Yeah, you should know with the 10 bombs for sure.
Right. I mean, at the end of the day, it's just hold thing above your head till about to explode, and then throw exploding thing at dude. So not really that difficult to figure out.
Yeah, the bombs deal a lot of damage to these early guards, so it's pretty straightforward.
Yeah.
2 for the blue guards, but I mean they stop running after a little bit, and man, you're fine.
Yeah, they just sort of run at you, and they just as long as you're holding the thing, like, hey, this guy is holding an explosive thing. Maybe I should run at him before it explodes, or
that's the intelligence we expect from these Hyrule Castle guards,
right? Oh my god, I was kidding! I was kidding! I was kidding, okay?
Well, yep, coming true. We have 3 more items in the back here. Still a chance to get 16 more bombs. But yeah, it's been bombs, and then that fire run.
I have never seen this many bombs in this game.
I don't think I have either.
Never.
Yeah.
Not in chests anyway. I've seen a bunch of H drops from like guards and stuff, but like, geez, I have never seen this many.
About to get as much here as they do in those full 8s from the trees. You know?
Just know these 3 are gonna be boring checks. Yeah. Yep. Okay. Yep.
All bombs all day here. Yeah. And a little bit of love, but yeah, it's just bombs start. And we'll have to see. Pretty boring escape.
Yeah, there's a little hope in Sanctuary, but whatever.
Yes, 1 item left.
We see the difference in the magic levels between our forerunners here. Kaede at half a bar compared to Render and Top Specialist, who are nearly empty. So that's good resource management on Madcap as well. That's good resource management on their part. Yeah,
opens up more options, right? More opportunities for our runners, just keeping that magic.
Yeah.
Since that fire rod is our only weapon right now, minus the bombs, of course.
Minus the bombs. There is no minus bombs in this seed.
It's only plus bombs.
It's only plus bombs. That's it.
Oh man. Let's see if we get anything interesting here in Lost Woods. We see.
I mean, eventually we're gonna have to find something interesting, right?
I hope so.
Not even the tree pull is interesting. Oh, there we go. That's mildly interesting, I guess.
Yeah, seeing powder, and yeah, even the bush crab's only giving us single rupees today.
All right,
Specialist is heading to do a Houlihan.
Yeah, we do get some routing deviants here. Houlihan is not invalid right now, although with all those bombs, I can't imagine wanting for money anytime soon. Nothing on the lumberjack, so that's fun.
Yeah, reduces the chances of an Agaseed, but always still there until we find what our Dark World access is. As we get a nice clean Houlihan from Top Specialist. And Renderer about to pick up that powder as well.
And because everybody who knows me wants to hear it, get the money.
And looks like Top Specialist is gonna continue. Oh no, looks going towards Eastern. Interesting. We'll have to see what's over here. Probably gonna check what's on the ledge first, or on the floating island.
Yeah.
Just a heart piece.
Still nothing. Hey, it's a glove. Finally, we got some.
All right, the items are maybe here in Kakariko.
Annette.
That's definitely useful. Definitely convenient. Yeah, I don't expect to see all of our runners using it today. Maybe we get cape. We could get a cape lamp and go to Aga.
We could. That's fun. Really, but we can do the Aga with just the fire rod. That's fun. You ever try that? That's great.
I have not done that. That seems interesting. We see Pod is our green pendant today from Top Specialist side.
Yeah. I respect getting this check out of the way early because this is something that is normally forgotten. Although it would be really super ambitious if Top Specialist continues on into Eastern Palace.
And looks like they are here.
Wow. Okay.
Really wanting to avoid Kakariko at all costs. Seeing not too much here so far. We found Ether in the well on Kaide's side. And that seems about it so far. So the items have to be somewhere.
Yeah, this is just a raw gamble from Top Specialist. Wow, that's vanilla.
Yeah, getting the bottle there actually quite nice too.
Yeah,
allowing you to run in the sick kit here and not have to. Oh
yeah. Just one and done Kakariko was always nice.
Yeah, for sure.
Alright, una bomba para casa de pollo con 50 rupees. I forgot to say 50 in Spanish. Damn, I was ready for that. Except I forgot. I didn't say 50 in Spanish.
I'll be honest, I'm not sure.
Okay.
That's unfortunate here. Yeah, I'm Canadian, so I'm not as much Spanish spoken up here, unfortunately.
All right. Well, that's a health insurance premium right there.
Yeah, sick and ready for action.
Yeah. Oh my me, that's an early mitts. That's terrible. Ugh.
Yeah, early mitts. Oh, this is an interesting standard seed.
Oh, early mitts is such a headache. You have no idea. Well,
yeah,
maybe
definitely a worse starting than getting that hammer with that glove. But
yeah, especially with a pendant Palace of Darkness in play here. Like, we have no idea if the hammer's going to be in there. What our logical access to that area is. Could be flipper locked, could be hammer locked. We don't know. The mitts just open up so much of the game after you get like the lamp. And the hook shot. It's just, oh, wow.
Yeah, it leads to large swaths of areas. You just kind of have to make a random decision.
Right, like here, here's one of your end game items. Just pick a direction and go, please.
Yeah.
Sheesh. Nothing really interesting from Top Specialist and Eastern Palace over here.
Yeah, just the red meringue so far. Really not having found much at all. Most of that stuff being in Kakariko, as we see. Looks like a book there in the dam.
Yeah, that and a glove and a fire rod is interesting. It gives us access to Desert Palace right off the bat, assuming it's not boot locked. So I kind of expect Kaerukawa to deviate westward here, unless Mini Moldworm Cave is on his mind. And I'm sure it is, because it's 5 checks. And no longer need to be resource intensive now that we have the sword.
Yeah, makes clearing these rooms a lot easier. And yeah. You're right. Kind of heading west here. Going to be going check Agina, check Desert. Like you said, fully clearable crystal.
Yeah.
You see Top Specialist, unfortunately, taking a death here.
Before you get into the lamp locked room, that's a bit of a bummer, especially with that early gamble right there.
Yeah, a little bit of time loss, not really paying off here for Top Specialist, unfortunately. But going to be heading out of the sink now. Going to be getting those items in Kakariko, probably following our runner's footsteps.
Yeah. Looks like Kaede is getting some money, which indicates that maybe a Zora check is in the future.
Yeah, getting the full farm up to 502 there. Gonna probably be continuing to head west here, following that cap. Oh no, heading.
Oh, that is incorrect.
I am wrong. Heading not following that book, but following the density of Mini Moldworm Cave, which we see on renderer's screen right here. And good use of that ether. Makes this room a lot more convenient as well, and just so much magic.
It sure does. It is faster at the top of the room, by the way, because the lightning bolt hits you faster.
Interesting. Good to know. I did not know that.
Yeah, it's like milliseconds. Like, it's not that important.
Hey, in Randomizer, every second counts. Until they don't.
Until they don't, yes.
Nothing much in Mini Moldworm Cave here. Just some bombs, some health, and some rupees. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I wasn't aware the seed had any of that.
Yep, bombs, health, rupees, and unfortunately, kind of farming and then getting an extra 100 rupees here in Mini Moldworm Cave. So a little bit waste of time on the farming, but not so bad.
You want 700. 700 is the goal, but we already have 100 of that spent on that bottle. 710.
710, yeah, making sure you can, pay for everything you need to pay for, not have to do any additional farming, worry about any additional drops.
Maybe 720 if you want to do the Smith chain, which we have access to thanks to the Titan Smith.
Yeah, just missing that mirror and that moon pearl. There's nothing here in Ice Rod Cave either. Professor Render saving and quitting.
For the sake of our runners, I do hope that moon pearl is a little bit late.
Yeah, at least with that.
Oh look, bombs! What a surprise! Where are these things in cross keys? Anyway. Uh-oh. What's your health, Kaede? Easy. Ooh. Yeah. Setting up for Zora here. Fake flippers. Successful. Are we going to Hobo first? Looks like it.
Yeah, I think without the boots here, going to Hobo first makes sense. You're going to have to swim the whole way anyway. And if you're fake flippering, might as well get this check out of the way.
Right, because without the Moon Pearl, you can't do the waterfall.
Exactly.
Like that glitch doesn't work without the waterfall. So this is another ambitious play from Coyote here. We have no flippers, we have no Moon Pearl. The Zora is in logic with the glove. And we found a lamp. Madcap found a lamp somewhere. Was that in that must have been in Desert. I must have missed that.
Must have been. It looks like Render is heading that way now, but Bombos from the Hobo.
All right, unless that's a required medallion, that's kind of a luxury item for Ice Palace with that fire rod in tow.
Yeah, 100%. Not super useful, but yeah, could be the entrance to one of our required Misery Mire Turtle Rock, depending on where those pendants are. All three of them being in the Dark World, though.
Yeah. Let's go take a look at get some very big deviation going on from everybody right here. Top Specialist just now picking up those mitts. We got boots on top of Spectacle Rock. Won't be getting those without the mirror.
Yeah, I'm missing Mirror and Moon Pearl to be able to unlock that. So 2 items away, but yeah, good to know that those boots are there. Good information on Madcap's side.
Right. And the fact
there's that lamp on Renderer's side.
There you go. And the fact that Madcap didn't finish Desert Palace is indicative that, there's a key on that torch over there.
Yeah, it looks like it's not going to be completable here. We'll see it again on Renderer's side. But yep, small key on the ledge, which means the big key's on the right.
Right, which makes, we can seal the key from the back to one end. He won't be able to complete it anyway. Zora barfs up a shield.
Yep, not worth the 500 rupees, so it is a scam today.
Yeah, if you're going to buy a shield for $500, you might as well buy the fire one in the stores.
Yeah.
Oh, well. Too bad, so sad.
See, Specialist and Renderer saving and quitting here.
So I'm trying to think what's left in logic here. Oh my gosh, don't tell me it is Eastern Palace. The one check in Eastern Palace we couldn't do because Top Specialist died before that lamp check. Now we have that lamp in logic. That's it. That's all we got left. We have that. Everything else has been done except that one check in Eastern Palace.
Yes, I believe so.
That's ridiculous. That's stupid. Oh my gosh. All right. Fine.
Yeah, it's. I wonder. I mean, yeah, it must be that. I don't know what else it could be at this point.
That's a real big shame because Top Specialist had that gamble and then took a death and decided not to pursue it. But
yeah,
turns out that's the answers. So not only missing out on the rest of the items in the game by going to Eastern early, but not even getting the important thing in Eastern Palace before having to go.
Missing that Moon Pearl would have been a lot nicer too. Getting access to those mitts right outside of that North Kakariko Dark World portal would have made this routing a lot easier. Would have been able to be all the way in the back of Skull Woods by now.
Right. No kidding. Well, we don't even know what's Moon Pearl. It could be
could be Hammer for powder. It could be another fetch quest.
It could be flippers because we didn't see what was in the waterfall. We couldn't.
That's very true.
Shovels. It could be any fetch quest. So you're right. You said that.
Yeah.
It ain't boots.
Could be the bow with the final item being on the boss, but actually, nope, not with that rupee being there.
I think it's interesting that Kaede Rukawa is here before even accessing Desert Palace with like a near complete kit for it.
Yeah, interesting. I guess hope we see a reset there from Top Specialist, but yeah, just choosing to not check, make sure it's not boots locked. I mean, maybe seeing those boots early dissuaded them, thinking, hey, maybe these boots are early in logic, so I should wait a little bit longer. Maybe
I don't think Kaede scouted those. Madcap did.
Madcap did. Okay, my apologies. Oh yes, Kaede did the Zora play earlier.
Yeah. Which Top Specialist just did and scummed that shield away. But nah.
Yep.
We don't want that.
So
Keep your money. Missed the no refund side in front of Zora.
And top specialist heading further west here. Interesting routing.
Yeah, gonna get that lamp out of Desert Palace and probably feel a little bit agitated by it.
Yeah, annoying to have it after. Annoying after they find out that that is their logical access to that item, and the item being there for sure will be a little frustrating.
Very. It's like, I had that figured out. I was right. I was right.
Yeah, unfortunately, being right only matters so much here.
Yep.
And that was just unfortunate timing on their front. But I don't think top specialists, not having gone to get their book yet from the dam.
Well,
So
like
went straight to Agina there.
Yeah, probably gonna deviate eastwards towards Zora and everything after the dam.
Yeah, go dam Mini Muldorm east and then clear up the Zora area.
May change his mind after getting the book. Maybe.
Yeah, we'll definitely be a little, shoot, darn it, that wasn't finding the book before heading that way, but
It's just the Moon Pearl. Okay. Oh, that's not Dark World access.
all
See,
right.
this- Literally no fun.
Yeah, it could have also been a sword for logical Aga access, which neither of us talked about.
That is
But,
true. That could've been that.
But glad that they, found the Moon Pearl, nice and simple. But having to use that Dark World portal north of Kakariko does definitely hinder where you can go and how quickly you can get there.
Right, we do have very scant access to the Dark World, although pretty much only the West End. Skullwoods is fully clearable. That's fully in logic. It's a little bit of a tough play with just a fighter sword and no half magic and some limited health. But there it is.
Yeah, there's only 4 or 5 hearts here. 5 hearts from our runners about to be entering Dark Worlds, and yeah, that Mothula fight on, fighter sword, green mail, no half magic, definitely be a tough one.
Right, but there is something all of our runners are armed with.
That fire rod does help. Patience. I'm not armed with that, unfortunately.
Well, that's a pendant anyway, so kind of disincentivized from doing it. And I think I saw the other one in Ice Palace. I did not catch where the red crystals were.
Looks like the second red crystal being at Swamp Palace here, marked by our second tracker, Avalon. Shout out to Avalon today.
Thank you.
More bombs.
More bombs. Oh boy. Wow, cool.
Yeah, just the bombs keep coming today, and they don't stop coming,
Yeah. So much to do, so much to see, so what's wrong with taking the back streets?
Thank you. I appreciate it. Really glad you joined it there.
Yeah, right, you're welcome. I'm not a Smash Mouth fan.
I'm not either, but that song,
it just popped in there.
It's iconic.
Like the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. It just popped in there.
Exactly.
Wow, the scene is boring!
Yeah, the scene so far looks like it's saving all of our progression for the back.
It's like, it's like this seed stopped at the fire rod. It's like, okay, that's enough. I give up.
Yeah, gave you an early fire rod, and then was like, yeah, you can figure out the rest.
Yeah, do something with this. I don't care. This may be an early play at trying to get the smith out of the way, or maybe just going right to Hype Cave. I don't know. Let's see what Kade does right after this.
Yeah, might without that mirror, might take the smith with them towards Hype Cave area, and then save and quit.
Oh, Render's giving us a pedestal check, and it's nothing. Yep, seed is literally boring. Thanks.
Thanks for throwing a bomb there, Renderer, for all of us,
Yeah, we appreciate it.
Yeah.
Like, if you're not getting it useful, at least be fun. Come on. Like, put silver
entertaining.
on, like half magic or something.
Yeah. Put one of our swords there,
Well, that's
really start making it, making crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, picking up that smith, yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna drag him all the way, probably to Hype Cave, save and quit from there, unless. Well, we'll see. I mean, it's kind of committed to this now that he's got this froggy in tow.
Yeah, and there is a chance with the lack of items we've found so far that Hype Cave might actually be hyped today.
I'm I have faith in Johnny Two Bombs. It's my
Yeah,
guy.
we'll have to see. Johnny's either the best or the worst guy, and it really depends on the scene.
Yeah, it's pretty much all or nothing, isn't it? But with inflation, it is.
It's
I mean, the man lives in a cave.
Let's cut him some slack.
Yeah, right.
He can't always have the goods in stock.
He runs the worst speakeasy in the dark world here. You know the password is, right? You got to take the bomb.
Oh,
throw it around the back and hit him in the back for the secret handshake.
All right, kind of with a clean secret handshake there. Let's see what Johnny Two Bombs is hiding today. Some love, some rupees, and of course, some more bombs.
I don't know. You figure it out. Hey, Syrup.
Yep.
Where's the stuff?
I've been asking myself the same question.
Where's the stuff?
I'm thinking because this seed is mean, we're gonna put it on Mothula. Behind that fire rod we got early.
Yeah, the sword is kind of indicative of that.
Yeah, being able to get to the back. I mean, that could be where our progression is, and of course, it being a pendant. Of course, there's gonna be something there.
Unless something is here on the Smith chain here.
Yeah, this would be a nice play from Kaide picking up that Smith early. If there's a nice piece of progression here, maybe a hook shot, maybe a bow.
Yeah, hook shot will give us access to something. We got Thieves Town dip from Renderer.
Big key in the first chest.
And just a bump kiss refund.
Yeah, getting 4 times your money, but you had to take it for a long walk, so not really worth it. But there's the hammer on Professor Renderer's side in that second chest of Thieves Town.
In Thieves Town? Oh gosh! All right.
Of course, the hammer's in Thieves Town.
I've never seen that. Once,
Yeah.
one time, and it was on blind.
That's a rough one. Having to go back in. Was there an item still in the big chest?
I'm trying to. Yes, there was. Yes, there was. There was. The small key was in the front of the dungeon, so therefore the dungeon was in logic without the hammer, and the hammer was on blind. And I think I ran a survey after that scene. I'm like, okay, how many people go back in to Thieves Town with the hammer for that last item? I was very curious.
Yeah, so far in the back, I'm a big fan of, if I don't have the hammer when I go there, I'm not coming back.
I hear that. I mean, you just committed to it at that point. But that only literally happened one time. I think our second red crystal is in the light world.
Yes, our second red crystal is Tower of Hera today.
Cool. All right.
So see, that is. Yeah. Red crystal. All of them in the dark world today. So makes our dungeon clears faster, but also means that all the items in all of those big dungeons, and those pendant dungeons are interesting. As we see here in Pendant Skull Woods, the hookshot.
Yeah. I wonder if I wonder how long it's gonna take for Kai to get that hammer in Thieves Town now. It might be
Yeah, it might be a little bit.
I mean, I'm blanking on the words here. Might be more interested in going up Death Mountain with the hookshot, looking for the hammer there, versus going to a Thieves Town that may not even be full clearable.
Yeah,
from his perspective,
depending on how they feel. Yeah, depending on how they feel here, might go do the front 4. Does waste a little bit of time if you have to come back, but I mean, 4 quick items is always nice. It's stealing that key.
The hammer was it was in the front, so if
exactly.
If you're doing the front 4, you're going all the way.
Exactly, in this case, but I mean, just from Kaide's perspective, not knowing where that hammer is yet.
Yeah. And Top Specialist is heading back to Eastern Palace and is going to get the really bad news that he was right and just couldn't make it the first time.
It's like that picture of Charlie Day from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, and he's pointing at the board.
We got grabbed.
Yeah, unfortunate for Kaide there. Did get grabbed, has not found that second item in Skullwoods. Hoping it's not in the back. Another key, and it might be, but gets to take the shortcut here. We see Renderer coming back. Unfortunately, did take a death in the roller room hallway there. I forget what it's called.
In the dark room in the eastern, yes?
No, Renderer unfortunately took a death here in Thieves Town.
Oh, okay.
In the room with all of the spikes and the fire bar. Or the fire thing. Fire snake. I guess. I don't know. Words are tough today.
Yeah, words are hard. I myself just got caught up in well, you see right here.
Yeah, we're trying our best today. We're just doing our best today, TJ.
No, I am not doing my best. I am clearly messing up. This is not acceptable. This is why I need help. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it.
Of course, always. Because looks like actually finding that hammer in the front and the small key. Or did Madcap already open the big chest here?
Madcap opened up the big chest that had 10 arrows in it. Yeah, it was none special.
Yeah, I thought it was weird. I saw no keys on him, but I thought I saw that small key in the front.
Yeah, it was definitely in the front.
Kaide, yeah, making their way down to, it looks like probably to Thieves Town here, so we'll be getting their hammer shortly.
Yeah. And has a hook shot. I'm curious as he was going to go north of Skull Woods to get that thing.
Yeah, well, we'll have to see where our runners head after this. Kaide being the only one who's done Smith Chain and the southern region, so will be interesting to see where the other runners decide to go here.
Yeah. Top specialist about to get his Moon Pearl and probably be really pissed off about it.
Yeah, thinking for a second and being like, oh yeah, no bow. Time to save and quit.
Yeah.
But getting no Dark World access here, we'll be able to follow up with the
Flippers on blind.
So both of our dungeons here near Kakariko holding important items. I mean, the items had to be somewhere.
Yeah, right? Well, at least they're in dungeons. Don't do overworld in this state, I guess.
Yeah, I'll always be clearing crystal dungeons and I guess pendant ones today too.
Yeah. Renderer taking another death.
Yeah, this time on blind, so won't be able to set up that script either. And decides to just leave. We'll be missing those flippers for a little bit here.
That stinks.
Yeah, hopefully, maybe Renderer is just looking for, a potion or a little bit of extra health, a little bit of extra defense in this upcoming blind fight before heading back. So hopefully not too long for them.
Yeah, get an extra heart container in Hype Cave, but that's really about it. Yeah,
no mail upgrades yet. Means our runners are still low health green mail.
Well, we do have Titansmith, so we have the entire game to look forward to here.
Yeah, and Kaide taking a death here, going towards the back and gonna head back in.
Yeah, yeah, these would be kind of rough if you look at that Hellway. If you're like oriented wrong, you're just take a bunch of damage.
Sometimes the enemies just aren't playing nice.
Yeah,
they decide to move in the worst patterns possible. And that fairy is hard to dodge sometimes. It's a tough dungeon.
They're walking underneath the overpasses there, and you can't really see it going through it. It just happens to be where you're walking, and like, oh, that's cool. Thank you for that.
Or they shoot a fireball and they're completely under it, so you can't see it at all. Oh yeah. And then, of course, the blind fight without the script is one of the harder fights in the game, honestly.
Yeah, you can't really. It's the same way every time, no matter what weapon you got. It's always 9 hits, 3, and 3 phases.
Yeah, and especially on Renderer's side, when they head back in here, not able to set up that quick kill.
That is
gonna
correct.
have to kill blind from the bottom. So
yeah,
just gonna have to go off script, and that's pure feeling, as we see. Just $20 here in hammer pegs, but Renderer also gonna be missing out on that hook shot for a little bit.
So was everybody else. Not to mention, everybody just went south right from Thieves Town.
Yeah, with those 5 items in Hype Cave, none of our runners having headed that way. It makes sense.
Yeah,
Specialist heading there without that hammer as well has not dipped into Thieves Town yet.
Yeah, you gotta save time somehow, right? You gotta make some calculated skippage.
Yeah, it's the way the game works, and if you skip it and there's nothing there, guess what? That's a good time save.
I don't want to go to a pendant dungeon. Who wants to do that? I don't
exactly.
Know. That really depends.
I guess also with the thought that you have the fire rod, so what are the odds that there's an item all the way on the back on Mothula? And
that that is true. Like, if something is in Skull Woods, I think maybe everybody is considering that. Well, maybe I'll bottleneck to it eventually. It's with the mitts. It's really, really dangerous. Like, you really don't want to be skipping early checks with the mitts because so much later stuff
opens up. Yeah,
it's such a pain in the neck item.
Interesting. Madcap here can it's not fully in logic, but can complete Ice Palace here.
Oh yeah, look at that.
With a bomb jump across, should be able to.
I mean, I think depending on the key logic should be all right.
Yeah. No Samaria, so no Icebreaker, and as well no Samaria for logical access to the back. But with that bomb jump, able to do it pretty easily.
Mm-hmm.
It would have to be an unfortunate key layout to have things just exactly hook shot and Samaria locked.
Right, you'll need to get some next level bomb jumping in there.
Yeah, those ones are a little bit tougher. As Kaide gonna get their flippers here, as we see Renderer giving us our first look at the pyramid, really taking Jeremiah for a long walk here.
Madcap is following suit, just without the smith. The difference between all our runners and all the other runners in Kaide right now is pretty much Kaide has a very specific direction right in front of him. It's pretty clear where to go from here. You can go to Ice Palace and get that dungeon out of the way, and then Death Mountain is fully completable this way, with the exception of maybe Turtle Rock. There's a lot that's up there. It's very dense. I'm very quick at that, so I expect Kaede maybe head to Ice Palace, get that done, or maybe just go like to Death Mountain, look for Canis Samaria before doing that.
Yeah, I think with Ice Palace being a pendant here, I'd chase the density on the mountain. Being able to clear both light and dark Death Mountain also means you don't have to worry about orphaning checks up here or having to do additional mountain climbs. So I think heading up the mountain here for density makes a lot of sense, but we'll have to see where it kind of heads.
You're gonna get this pain in the neck check out of the way first.
Not, orphaning purple chest and something being in there feels really bad.
Yeah. I think it's grape flavored water from Professor Renderer.
Yeah, it's a nice palette shuffle actually.
Catfish not paying off. It's $50. It's a coupon off your next purchase from Zora.
Yeah. Hey, 10% off is 10%.
10% is 10%. That's right. All right, what's in this piece of junk? Oh yeah, cool. All right.
You know what? I'm going to reiterate a question you asked earlier, TJ. Where are the items?
Well, we did see 2 in Thieves Town, so apparently in Thieves Town?
Yep. So they were in Thieves Town. We're still missing quite a few items. I mean, it really feels like it's just the mountain.
Yeah. I'm looking at Madcap's screen right now. I don't see him with a key, so Pod is bow locked from the front.
Okay, so we'll see. I don't know if Madcap has a potion. Looks like they do. Or is comfortable with that mimic clip. We'll have to see kind of where they head, but it looks like Kaide's actually going to give us a look into back into desert for the first time for Kaide.
We know what's there. And we know what's going to happen. He's going to be stuck at that lamp and then have to dip.
Yeah. Probably just wanting to get this out of the way just in case at this point. Still not having found that mirror.
Very nice bufferless mimic clip. Very nice.
It's very clean.
Yeah.
That trick is not easy.
Yeah. I can get that halfway and then I'm like, okay, that's as far as I go, and I just start buffering.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just always scared that guy's gonna pop right back out the wall and I have to start all over. So I'm a buffer from the beginning.
As long as it's on the y-axis, you're fine.
Yeah.
That's one check in Pod, and that's pretty much not in logic. Nothing in here is in logic. Not without a bow, anyway. So anything that Madcap finds out of here is bonus.
They're going to be heading back to the middle here. As Kaide picks up their lamp. Top specialist taking a death here from the drop down. So going to have to go the long way back around.
Yeah, we'll get that hook shot eventually.
Yep, it is in the middle chest, right? The big key chest.
I think it was in the...
Behind the
it,
Gibdos and the
it was
statue.
it was definitely in Skolwitz. That I can tell you.
It's definitely Skolwitz. There we
Definitely
go.
Skolwitz, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
definitely.
we're actually heading back into Thieves Town here. Going to be getting those flippers sooner rather than later.
I think this might be a played Ice Palace from Kaede. Oh, never mind. Cleaning up the rough from earlier. Ah, I forgot about this.
Yeah, didn't have that Moon Pearl to be able to water walk out of here, so we'll get to see a first look at these checks.
There's our mail upgrade. Nothing else special in there, but nice defense.
Yeah, nice to have, and getting a red push in here from the fairy. We'll make, if they choose to do Bolus Pod, a little bit easier for Kaede. Not having to do that Mimic Clip, can just do the Potion Glitch.
This is Ice Palace. Why else go through this? Oh, never did Ice Heart Cave. Okay. All right.
Another death, unfortunately, from Renderer on Blind. That Blind
boy.
just not being nice to Professor Renderer today, and yeah, gonna be skipping out.
Wait. You know what? This is actually very good routing from Kaede. Just hitting the Whirlpool. I like that.
Oh yeah, this is very, very nice.
I don't actually know if it's faster than the Saving Quiff from Sanctuary, though.
I
don't know.
From Pyramid Fairy. Or not from Pyramid Fairy, from the Waterfall, sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure either, to be honest.
Oh boy, that's a cane. That's a cane of Samaria and Palace of Darkness. An Impended Palace of Darkness. That is a fine for Madcap.
Yeah, that's out of logic, but extremely nice to have, especially before heading in, and
the Ice Rod.
And the Ice Rod.
It's the Turtle Rock Finishers pack right here. All locked behind the bow.
What? There's always progression in Pendant Pod, right?
That's the idea, right?
And today there definitely was. Getting that Ice Rod needed to complete Turtle Rock, and that Cane of Samaria both needed and very useful.
I wonder if it's going to push Madcap into Ice Palace here.
Yeah, fully clearable here. Has Bombas, has a Fire Rod. Does not yet have that hook shot, but that shouldn't be a problem here. And looks like it will be a nice Palace play here. Probably after cleaning up these Waterfall Fairy checks.
Yeah, I'd imagine that's what this is for. Just making a beeline for Ice Palace. Okay, I am just wrong every time. I called it wrong for Kaede. Like, my Kaede is going to Ice Palace. Didn't. Madcap's not going to Ice Palace. Did. Anyway, here we are.
Yeah, Madcap gonna give us our first look here as Kaede is heading up the mountain for the first time. Gonna check inside and top of Spectacle Rock. See, those boots are just hanging out, waiting for them. Still no mirror, though.
That mirror is somewhere.
And Specialist, unfortunately, taking another death in this Gibdo room. Good to see that they are finishing it up, because this is the hook shot in here.
Yeah, it would be really tragic if Specialist left behind yet another crucial item.
Yeah, definitely not good for the morale, as Madcap going to be using that ether to freeze the penguins here and smash them with a hammer.
I have to imagine Bombos would have been faster than all that, but that's okay.
Yeah, maybe just, and Top Specialist unfortunately take another death, but is going to keep going here.
Keep going, keep at it.
And good, we know it's here, so please keep going.
Yeah, this homeboy, just go to pod and get the red cane, that's all. Just do that.
Nice and easy.
There's our second sword, which, in fact does exist in the seed, apparently.
Good to know.
I think he may have this by now. Successful icebreaker for Madcap. There's so much going on. There's our second shield.
This is actually all a fake flipper here from Renderer. I thought maybe I'd miss them going back in, but yeah, this is a fake flipper here to get these additional items. We'll see where they head after this.
Paradox not paying off at all.
No, just that sword in the bottom, or the top, wherever it was.
Likewise, Ice Palace not really showing very much for Madcap, although I think only 1 of 3 have been found so far.
I believe so.
Nothing on the floating island. See, this is why I hate the bug net. Gets in the way of quick swapping.
Yeah, it does add an extra click there for you.
You know,
which can be frustrating for sure.
You know what? That Master Sword is very timely. We do have a book.
Yeah, able to check Ether Tablet here as Backcap actually putting that bug net to good use there, picking up a fairy.
It's big bucks. That's all. Specialist going to the back of Skull Woods. We haven't seen this.
Yeah, must be an additional item back here. So we'll have to see what the second item that we're missing from Skull Woods is. But yeah, heading to the back, gonna take this chest under the bridge first.
Like the rebound shot from Ken. He's like, I meant to do that.
And Top Specialist probably gonna be heading into the back to kill Moth here. Because it was just, I believe, another key in the chest.
Well, yeah, Moth will have the last item. Be interesting if that's where our mirror is.
Yeah, we also see Renderer here. Looks like they're going to be going back to that blind fight armed with that red potion they got from Waterfall Fairy.
Magic in the big chest and Ice Palace, which is nice, but, not what we're looking for.
No, not required here, and, looks like not having to do that bomb jump, or not flipping the switch on Macap's side. Nice and easy, going to be able to head down here. Found an early big key.
Did that powder. Oh, look, bombs.
I feel like we're missing those today.
Yeah, right? This is... You know how much easier the game is with bombs? I mean,
Yeah, that mirror's still eluding us. We saw those boots nice and early, but we're 45 minutes into this seed and still no boots. Still our runners walking around. So
yeah, it's like sitting right in front of everybody and just teasing. All right. We got a moth play from Specialist here. Careful. There's just boss fights all around. Look at this. 4 different bosses on screen at once. Oh, middle hole! That is whack.
And unfortunate there from Kaide, we see Madcap finishing up Cold Stare there, getting a piece of heart, picking up that red pendant. Top Specialist down to 1 heart here.
Okay, I made noises. I'm sorry. Oh, boy. Oh, okay. Patience. Hold. All right, we're 2 for 2.
Okay.
We're 2 for 2. And whoa. Oh my, this is tense. I can't think about it.
Yeah, I'll be honest. I'm holding my breath right now, TJ. This is
okay. Whoa, watch some drinks. Oh boy. Oh my gosh. No. Okay.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, get it. Oh,
let's fight from top
ends. Does not get rewarded. But you know what? Woo,
that's a victory.
That was a ride. Okay.
as we see both Kaide and Renderer picking up those crystals. Renderer finally getting those flippers. Gonna be able to finish up now.
Yeah, enough. 4 for 4. So supreme victory. 4 different bosses, 4 different wins. Never a doubt on my mind. That's the highlight of the seed right there.
that was a crazy fight. I haven't seen a fight like that in a while. Wow.
Yeah. Matt kept giving us another new check here.
Yeah, Magic Bat for the first time. We have had that powder since Lost Woods, so nice and early.
Yeah.
And just a piece of heart.
Just no fun. Cool. All right.
Yeah, this seed's been slow.
Yeah, it's...
I think more of those items, once we get the bow, once we get the mirror, a lot opens up to us.
Oh, good, a mushroom. Because that's what we're looking for, right?
That's what we were missing.
That's what we were missing. We're missing a mushroom.
Yeah.
Looks like the rest of the seed is just locked behind a bow. Which apparently is not an Ice Palace, so I think has to be on Dark Death Mountain.
I mean, yeah, I'm trying to think where else it could be at this point, as we see Kaide going up to the top, gonna open that Turtle Rock portal a little bit faster to do Dark Death Mountain from the top down here.
Yeah. Also, if you just go ahead and get the entrance opened up, you don't have to worry about mirroring.
Yeah, makes it a little bit easier. So we see Top Specialist picking up that hammer, as Render is going to be heading to the middle of Skull Woods here to pick up their hook shot.
And nothing else. Yes, there is nothing else in here.
There is nothing else. So hopefully they don't go all the way back to the Moth. But we'll have to see where Renderer goes after
And
this.
we don't even have the right medallion for Turtle Rock.
Of course we don't.
Of course we don't, because why would we? Because why would we have things we need to get us places?
Yeah, definitely and a mean scene, an interesting scene so far. I mean, we have 6 checks here on Dark Death Mountain.
There has to be a bow in here, right?
I mean, there's got to be something.
It has a mirror, bow, or something. Okay, yeah.
Arrow?
Yeah, right,
And a mirror!
There it is. About time. Something had to be.
All right. Now some things have opened up. You know, we have access to those boots. We have access to finishing Desert Palace. We have access to Swamp Palace. So now we get to see a little bit more from our runners, at least on Kaide's side.
The problem. Okay, there's a problem. The problem with that latent mirror is that now, you know, everybody has been pretty much everywhere.
Yeah.
So you have K45 isolated. You've got Graveyard Ledge isolated. You've got Hobo to think about now from that end, from like for everybody who's not Madcap.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
man. Yeah, it's unfortunate. You know, you at this point, from a runner's perspective, you have to just kind of hope nothing's there. I mean, you're not going to go back to do K45. You know, you're not going to go back to do these one-off checks until much later. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see when people get back to them and where those last progression items are. I mean, we're still a few items away from go mode. So
Silver lining, we do have the boots. Silver lining.
someone's going fast. Nice to see.
I don't know if... wow, okay. Oh, Kaide just had that red potion. Okay, that's why.
Red potion, 10 hearts here.
Yeah.
With the hook shot, so should be enough to get this done. It is tight.
No,
it's
an effective 19 hearts.
Oh, I guess that's fair. Yeah.
There you go. And I think all you need is like 14 to get through with just like a perfect walk.
All right, and just for a bottle, nice to have, but
yeah,
again,
I think the real prize is never having to think about Spike Cape again.
Yeah, that's very true. Guide able to clear out all of the mountain here all at once, including Ether, as Rudder picking up that shield there.
Yeah, the real prize are the spikes we stepped on along the way.
Exactly.
All right, so we're looking for pretty much a bow and a flute at this point. We know where everything else is.
Bow, flute, and Quake for Turtle Rock, and that's
Quake
it.
For Turtle Rock, and possibly not Meyer, but yeah, bow, flute, and Quake. I had forgotten about Quake because how unlikely is that? Well,
yeah, of course.
I guess it's 33% unlikely, but you know.
Yeah, but Lox's out of Misery Mire as well is one less spot it could be, which is at least a little nice.
Yeah.
But yeah, this seed has been mean in the sense where there's just been so much open from the beginning with those myths, and then just sparsely placed progression. So choosing where to go is the most important thing here, and if you choose wrong, well, I mean, it's just as much of a gamble as any other, you know?
Yeah. Specialist is now getting to Thieves Town, picking up a ferry along the way for that blind fight. Gonna get those flippers. Render just now getting to Tower of Hera and Death Mountain. Kind of sparse. Just had a sword and mirror. That was pretty much it. Led us directly to Swamp Palace, which Kaito Okawa is going right to. Madcap finishing off Skullwoods, knowing full well that this pedestal is not worth anything. Having already done Ice Palace, and now...
Yeah,
like, this might be just like a sunken cost fallacy right here. Just, I already did one pendant dungeon, might as well keep gambling.
Yeah, and with an item being here, they decided to open the back. I mean, I can understand it, especially, you know, you have half magic here, which makes this a lot nicer than just having to do fighter sword, as you see there.
Yeah. Almost as tense as a specialist.
Yeah, almost. No one hurt. And
Almost.
just skipping out on that pendant. Makes sense. Knows that head is dead, so.
And knowing what we know, yeah. Specialist having a rough time on blind, taking a death with a fairy, so I'm really not worried about. I'm really not worried about top specialist finishing off. Already like 2 hits into the third phase.
Yeah. This should be pretty straightforward.
Pretty
finish here.
Academic at this point. There you go.
There it is. We'll pick up those flippers here as well as their first crystal completion.
Get it done. There you go. On the board.
Always nice to see.
Very nice. So between everybody in the seed, I think we've seen pretty much every check anybody can do. We've seen Palace of Darkness. We've seen Skullwoods. We've seen Ice Palace. The only things we have not seen are anything blocked by the mirror and Swamp Palace, which Kaede Rukawa is doing right now.
And after beating Swamp Palace here, we'll have both of those 5/6 crystals, so that will open up Pyramid Fairy as well as a possible location.
All right, well, that's not so bad. You got the hammer, so don't have to worry about that. Probably want to head right to Desert right after that, though. Let's just get that out of the way, and then think about that later.
Yeah, just not having to worry about it. Can also hopefully, still looking for that flute. That flute being a major point of progression here.
Oh, that flute's in Turtle Rock.
Of course it is.
Yeah.
Where was Matt Cap's Cane of Samari again? Yes, in
Palace
of Darkness, which is the only one we've seen go that way.
Right, along with the Ice Rod.
Yes, exactly. That makes sense. Yeah, that will make routing the back half of this a lot easier for Matt Cap as well. I expect Kaede to go there relatively soon after finishing up Swamp Palace. I guess depending on what's here.
Yeah.
Nice bomb diver down there from Kaede.
I appreciate the fact that there are two ways of doing that.
Yeah, nice that you don't need the Samaria, that you're able to set it up with just the bombs.
Yeah.
A little bit harder with the bomb than it is with the cane, but
right. And with the amount of bombs in this seed, it's pretty resource intensive, isn't it? We may have to go through escape again if we want.
Another dozen.
Yeah, right. Another 19 bombs just sitting there. Okay, I've reloaded while you were gone. Fully committed to this dungeon, just getting it completely out of the way is Kaede. Gonna see what's over here and nothing.
Nothing on left side.
Yeah.
A few items left in the back. Renderer is going to be picking up that mirror soon.
Yeah, I definitely respect the decision to go full left side here and not skip it. This is there's just too much to think about doing.
Yeah, and Kaede not having gotten to Palace of Darkness yet is missing those additional items for Go mode. So from their perspective, they're missing even more.
Right.
So it kind of makes sense here. 2 items on the left side. So
well, that's the thing about Kaede Rukawa right now is that having been so thorough everywhere else, once that bow is found, the next logical place to have incentive to go is Palace of Darkness. So probably going to go there right after getting a bow. If, in fact, that's our next thing.
And that bow can only be in so many places. We know it locks that Ice Rod. We know it locks that Cane of Samaria, so it has to be... And there it is. There it is.
There you go.
We found it.
You got it. All right, so we're just looking for Flute and Quake.
That's it. Flute and Quake away from No mode. And Kaede soon to be Quake and Flute away from Go mode, so... After heading to Palace of Darkness, I assume after this.
Yeah, really making us making us work for it, which I appreciate actually.
Yeah, I gotta really put the effort in.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I'm like an early mitts doesn't really lend itself to much thought. It's just like, here, just go clear the seed, do something. Just look everywhere.
Just where is it? I don't know.
Yeah, don't put any thought into anything. Just like, is it along your path? Yeah, clear it, fine. Just go do it.
Yeah, hope for the best. That's really what this seed is telling our runners.
Yeah. I mean, we've seen a few gambles here and there, but they've pretty much been, just raw gambles without any real data to go by.
Yeah, it's just been pretty. It's weird. It's been an oddly straightforward seed from the sense of when you find that progression, it does point you in the right direction for the most part, right? It pointed us up the mountain, then it pointed us into Swamp Palace here to get our bow. But making us go all over the map for it, as we see a nice fight there from Kaede.
Oh, we haven't actually seen these these boot checks yet. We haven't actually seen that.
No, it was a shovel in King's Tomb on Renderer's side, and then $20 there in Bonkrock. So, did find a shovel. Could still be something hiding. Could still be that Quake or that flute. Flute in its vanilla location, possibly.
True. We have seen very few places where Quake can actually be, and I think this is a good play from Kaede right here. This is the last chance to efficiently route this cave in. If Quake is here, we'll be very thankful. Not so. Oh well.
Yeah, just $20. Yeah. Remember, not showing us that shovel just yet. Going to be going into Swamp Palace first.
Imagine any serendipity in this seat. Imagine.
No, not at all.
Imagine that being like, "Hey, you came here. Here I am. Take me in. Go do your thing." Like, no, just
no, not today.
I'm $20. You can't do anything. Ha 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 ha.
It looks like we will be seeing Pyramid Fairy here from Kaede.
Not so sure. Might have other plans for that bomb.
You never know. If only it could take down some more enemies, you know?
Yeah.
It is very good at taking down walls, though.
Is it? It's really only good. It's really only good at the one, isn't it?
But it's really good at that one.
Right. It is. It is
really good.
It's a specialist item, which makes me wonder, like, why even make it? Like,
oh, there's Quake from that shovel.
In the dig spot. Let's go. Okay. Oh, we know where that is.
Yeah, it's another one of our go mode items. So we're flute away from no mode here.
Now I'm even more convinced that thing's in Turtle Rock.
Yeah, I mean, we do have access. We see a cape here and $100 in Pyramid Fairy.
Yeah.
And Fat Fairy handing out bees today.
Yeah. Fortuitous thing about Kaede and the cape is that Kaede has already scouted the bumper ledge. So just knows his bupkis.
Yep, nothing there. So, I mean, Turtle Rock, we have the back of Pod, like on the boss. I'm not sure if there was an item. I think that might be getting close to it. I guess if there's an item on Lambo.
There is an item on Lambolus, yes.
So, a few more checks here to find that flute, but I mean, it's got to be somewhere.
It's Turtle Rock. Spike Cave has already been checked, and there was nothing. It was a bottle in Spike Cave. Also, hi, Zeruvian.
And I don't think we've seen. I was gonna say I don't think we've seen Mushroom, but just $20 there.
Yep.
That's kind of gonna load up on blue potions.
You know, it makes sense that if you hand in the materials for the potion, in the lore anyway, then you get a discount, right? Makes sense.
Yeah, exactly. I help bring down the cost of the potion.
Not the kind of logic we're looking for, but it makes sense.
It's a type of logic.
It's a type of logic.
And with this scene today, I think it counts. I think it's equally on par with the logic we've seen.
Yeah, headcanon. There you go.
Yeah,
all right.
Exactly.
Renderer inside Swamp Palace, gonna find the bow and literally nothing else. Likewise with Madcap. This catfish won't have anything. Just, I think $50, right? It was 50, right?
I believe so.
50.
Yeah, it was a 10% discount on Zora.
Yeah, just leave money on the ground, huh? You're gonna make me say it again, right? I'm not gonna say my catchphrase. No, not this time.
We gotta save it,
No.
You see, top specialist, nice Herapod here. Yeah, Renderer and Madcap going to be picking up that bow shortly. We'll see. And yeah, it looks like Madcap's skipping left side, which for them will be good.
It will be,
nice time save.
Consequence free.
Yeah.
All right, so while we got a kind of a lull here and everyone's just retreading things that we've already seen, be sure to give all of our runners a follow. Madcap, Kaede Rukawa, Top Specialist, and Professor Renderer. All the really good people, except for Kaede Rukawa, who can, go to heck. I'm kidding, of course. That man is my nemesis. They're all really great people. And shout outs to our two trackers here today. We got one kind of syrup, excuse me. And Avalon doing tracking for us. Yeah, what kind of syrup is that anyway?
I get asked that question a lot.
Yeah.
And I think you just, you gotta find out. It takes time.
Yeah. And Avalon, of course. Thank you for doing the tracking for this. 4 people at once. 2 trackers is ideal for that. Syrup doing double duty on commentary with me.
Yeah, I mean, this scene's been a little bit easier. The items have been so spread out
Right?
that it really is hard to miss what's going on here. But
Yeah, pretty sparse, right? Yeah.
yeah, pretty just straightforward. I mean,
Yeah.
you know where the items are, and you just gotta wait for the runners to get there.
By the way, I must stress, I am very much kidding about Kai.
No, kind of a great runner, great person.
He and I have a history. Like every race that we've raced against each other, the man has beat me by literally 1 minute.
Yeah, that's close enough.
Not even kidding. Like literally 1 minute.
Rivalries are actually, I love the rivalries in this community.
Yeah.
I mean, the community, like the Link to the Past randomizer community, is just so nice and everyone's so kind. It's just like it's so fun to have those rivalries because you know it's all in good fun from everyone.
Okay. All right. So here's the thing: Madcap using the ice rod on Argus right here. By the way, I agree with you about the community, about that kind of thing. But I do want to say about the ice rod on Argus here: firing the ice rod horizontally, far more efficient. Far more efficient.
Interesting. I did not know that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So if you're forced to do the ice rod on like Lambelis or something, shoot on the x-axis.
Good to know.
Yeah.
It's a nice piece of tech.
Shout out to Zeruvian, who wishes we were closer. But it's cool. We're close in a different way. Rukawa not going to find anything in Ice Palace except for disappointment. And waste of time and probably broken dreams.
Yeah, not having gone to pod yet, does not have that Kato Samaria. We'll have to do this the slow way.
You know what? I was absolutely expecting a pod play after finding that bow, considering like you're gonna want to do Eastern Palace because that's clearable now. Also ignore Desert Palace, which would have been really clean right after Swamp Palace. Like I'm not criticizing the route here at all. It's just an interesting choice.
Yeah, with Pendant Pod and Pendant Ice, I think I would have. I mean, I guess hindsight, we know where the items are, so I guess saying this means a lot less. But I would have also thought going to Pod makes sense. You know, you can pay off Kiki, go into Pod, check the items there. If you need to go to the back, you can. It's a green pendant that also allows you to turn it into Hospital, finish up Eastern at the same time. Just seems like a very item-dense location.
Yeah.
It's a nice bomb jump there from Kaide.
Very
good. Be a little finicky.
Clean. And I appreciate the hammer dash too. That was pretty sick.
We love a good hammer dash. Unfortunately, we've only seen Render or check that dig spot. I wonder if we'll get any shovel dashes today.
Well, maybe. All of us will have to go there at some point.
Yeah, like Quake being hard required here is top specialists going to be following closely behind Kaide here, heading into ice.
Yeah.
Has not gone and gotten their bow yet from Swamp Palace.
So I don't know. Renter looks like he has that Master Sword, so has been up the mountain already. Probably, like this could put Render ahead if he chooses right to go to Pod. And depending on how soon everybody else gets that Quake, like Renderer can take the lead here. Right now, I think Madcap is probably the farthest ahead, having pretty much everything except for the flute and Quake. But really,
still has to go to King's Tomb to pick that up. So still a little bit of a ways to go.
Yeah.
So Madcap will have to see when they check that area. Has not done Graveyard Ledge or Bonk Rocks as well. So there are 3 checks in that area, which hopefully they head to soon. But yeah, still missing that. And like you said, that flute could be most likely hiding at Turtle Rock at this point.
Yeah, the thing about that dig spot too is that it's just far enough away to disincentivize you from going over there.
Yeah,
it's not that far, but it's like, I don't want to do this kind of far.
Yeah, being just a little inconvenient.
Yeah. It's not a no, I'm not gonna do that far. It's an I don't want to do this far. It's a different, but you know, both of them equate to no. Nice clean fire rod strats, and nothing on Lambelis. So still no flute. Pretty much has to be in Turtle Rock now. But we knew that because, flute is always in Turtle Rock. All right, I should clarify that. Turtle Rock always has your go mode item. If your go mode item is blue. If it's mirror or flippers or flute, and it's your go mode, it's in Turtle Rock.
It's like the rule of fire, but the rule of blue, you know?
Yeah, it's a blue, the rule of blue, I guess. There's got to be a catchier way of saying that, right? I believe the last item in Ice Palace is on Coaster here. Pretty slick switch to the fire rod from that Bombos hit. Also getting kind of away from Kaede here. And there it is, the last item, and nothing.
Yeah, just a piece of heart there, but nice.
Oh,
the fight with the fire rod half magic is nice as long as you don't let those puffs get out of control.
It was close too, but it's fine. No big deal.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We see Render heading into the back of Desert here as Top Specialist finishes up Ice Palace. See where Kaede goes from here. I guess they're kind of forced to go into this Pod Eastern area, which is really good. We know that's where they need to be headed.
Right. But then we'll need to dig up that Quake.
Yeah, we'll want to... Yeah, it'll be interesting. We'll want to head up the mountain, but needs that Quake before being able to enter Turtle Rock.
It doesn't have very much... After Pod and Eastern, won't have very much left to do. You think the dig spot will be it? For Kaede.
I mean, it seems like Kaide's already done... Oh, Desert Palace.
Desert also. Yeah, Kaede hasn't done Desert.
Yeah. So still a few options, but... Yeah. Only one item left in Desert. I believe Kaede has checked the rest of it.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess the right side, there's a second item as well.
In Desert, there was a lamp in Desert, so that's already done.
So just the one item.
Yeah.
But, we'll have to see. But it is a crystal that they can clear, so it does make sense to follow that.
Well, Madcap already cleared it. It was $20. There isn't anything there. Yeah. Fluid has to be in Turtle Rock at this point.
Professor Underwear with a nice quick Lamo fight, picking up their third crystal of the game. Fourth crystal, sorry, my apologies, of the game. Just Eastern, Mire, and Turtle Rock left, but we still missing that Cane of Samaria for Turtle Rock, and missing that flute for Misery Mire. And depending, some of our runners could be missing that Bombos medallion, if it is the medallion to open.
That was on the hobo.
Yeah, a little bit. That's another out of the way check.
Yep.
Yeah, this game is really loving those out of the way checks today.
Yeah, Madcap has already gone to Palace of Darkness, so probably won't be getting that hobo routed. Have a little trouble with this hook speed. It's a little bit out of control. There we go. Yeah, we got it.
Yeah, don't want to jump off that ledge. Very easy to.
Yeah.
Go. That speed makes you go fast.
Super fast.
Super useful. The worst one is when you dash off into any of these waters,
Oh, yeah.
That's always a fun one. Have to loop all the way back around.
Suddenly, I hate having flippers.
Yep. That's just when you want to get put back on the land. Open. As Renderer picking up the big bomb, going to get their whole lot of nothing in Pyramid Fairy, and then most likely going to be heading over.
There was a cape there.
Could be useful.
It will be useful. We're only on Master Sword.
I guess that's fair.
Yeah, that thing's getting used.
At this point, yeah, I can see it getting used for sure. No Cane of Berta either, so I mean, that invincibility, some of our runners, everyone actually but Render has that half magic as well. So
yeah, I was about to mention, like, Render is literally the only one of our 4 featured here who has not gone into Ice Palace.
Yeah, and I mean, that is just pure time save on Render's side. There is nothing in Ice Palace aside from that half magic, so if they're able to avoid it, we'll make up a little bit of time there.
Although it is future potential waste of time.
Yeah, that's another thing. Just because you haven't done it yet doesn't mean you won't do it.
Correct. Right, so Madcap has that shovel. Once that quake is found, well, we'll see what happens. Pretty much has scouted Turtle Rock, knows that Turtle Rock is quake, so he knows that he needs it. Kaide picking up that red cane, still has yet to find quake in the dig spot. Gets the ice rod to the other required Turtle Rock thing.
Yeah, so like you said, just needs to go to that dig spot, and we'll be good to go. I mean, like you said, that flute is going to be in Turtle Rock, so that'll be effectively go mode for Kaide.
Right.
Yeah.
We need that quake. But we'll bottleneck to it eventually.
And it looks like there is not an item on the back, or at least Kaide didn't feel like going all the way back.
Yeah, I wasn't exactly counting, but
yeah,
I
only
mean,
compass on Helma, our tracker is telling us.
Right. And I have to believe if there was an item on Helma Sword, Kaide would go after it. Has been very, very, very thorough with this seed. Just sifted through it with a fine-tooth comb.
Yeah, which really did pay off in the early game. Gets a lot tougher once you find those progression items.
Well, I guess Helma Sword is Green Pendant. That is another
one item.
That is another place Flute can be. That would be terrible.
Yeah. Oh wow,
Yeah.
That would be very gross. That would be very gross.
That would be pretty bad.
Yeah, that would be a far last location for a large number of our runners. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. Well,
I don't see Madcap heading back there. I mean, we'll see if Renderer goes all the way back to pick up that green pendant. But yeah, that's a little bit out of the way.
Madcap is routing towards the quake. I don't know. We'll probably commit to turning in the purple chest, also looking for the flute. I can't imagine we'll just want to just drop it and just go right to Turtle Rock. Not with it already halfway down towards the goal anyway.
Yeah, I think Madcap will most likely finish off purple chest here, but then head straight up the mountain. I guess could go into Eastern Palace first, but we'll have to see where they go. He knows that there is no item on the back, so can just go back at any time to finish that up.
Pretty sure gonna wait for the flute to go to Eastern.
Yeah, it does make that quite a bit easier. Quite a bit quicker.
Yeah.
As Renderer heads to the backup pod here, we'll be picking up their Cane of Samaria and their Ice Rod shortly, as Top Specialist heads into Swamp Palace, where their bow will be waiting in the back.
All right, yeah, here we go. Kaide is, in fact, sticking to his guns and being really, really thorough with the seed. Going back to Helma Sword for the green pendant. Madcap picking up that quake.
And Madcap, definitely the furthest ahead of our runners, went and routed in those checks.
Right.
And leaving the purple chest there, but we'll be able to mirror over and handed it anyway.
For reasons undetermined.
Because this game is
Spaghetti.
very... Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's like, you know, it's like theater. It's like local theater, you know. Like the set design is all cardboard cutouts. You look at it from the front, yeah, sure. Looks like a set. But from behind, it's, you know, it's just a bunch of painted wood.
Yeah, this game, hey, it opens up the ability for us to do some crazy stuff with it, and for some of the A Link to the Past rando developers to do some crazy stuff, so.
Speaking of crazy stuff, our other tracker, Evelyn, is pointing out, Kaide Yukawa does not have this key. So we'll have to go back upstairs.
And noticing now, and there's the mirror out.
And bailing. Gotta go get it. Oh, you know what? Better here than Ganon's Tower.
Yeah, this is a little bit quicker of a check, but still quite a while. There does have to be a key down here, so we'll be able to do it relatively quickly.
Yeah, why can't he do this when he's racing me? I'll have to give him hell for that later.
Yeah, you'll have to let him know.
I'll have to let him know. Like, why make these mistakes when I'm racing? Anyway, we're about to see who's right here. And I think safe money is on that cap.
Yeah, a lot of checks here in Turtle Rock.
Yeah.
Full clearable, so it can go all the way through.
Go mode blue thing. Turtle Rock.
We'll see if that holds true here today. And I mean, I unless it's on this green pendant, it has to be there, right? So.
Right. I mean, the thing about it is that whenever I'm doing commentary, this game likes to make me completely wrong.
Of course. The rando gods can't have you being right.
No, they can absolutely not, kid. They know that, oh, TJ Maelstrom is doing commentary. He must not be correct.
They got to keep you humble enough, you know?
Yeah. No, that's if my race record isn't enough doing that good enough already.
Oh, jeez. Having that turtle get away from them there, but Kaide gonna be making it to the back here. We'll see if that green pendant turn-in is worth it. As Metcap, gonna check the firelock chests here. We're still only on Master Sword. Does make this a tougher Ganon's Tower climb. And tougher fight. No silvers either.
We really haven't seen any swords, have we?
No, it's just that it's too early on, and one on the mountain, and then where was the first one?
That was on Sick Kid.
Sick Kid. Ah, yes, his protection.
Right.
And nice fight from Kaide, using hammer strats all throughout. We'll pick up that green pendant here, and we're following close behind. Still nothing on Metcap's side.
It's early still. All the keys
only
in the front.
3 checks. Yeah. Did find 2 keys, it looks like, in the front. Or one key.
Welcome to everybody joining us from Speed Gaming. This is a standard race for Link to the Past, Randomizer. We are currently looking for the flute, and it is either here in Green Pendant or in Turtle Rock. So we're about to find out who's correct.
Yeah, kind of gonna check it here. And just a piece of art.
It is in Turtle Rock.
The rule of blue.
Right? And somebody better answer that phone. Mode blue things are always in Turtle Rock.
Good to know. Good to keep track of.
Good time save, too.
Yeah, I mean, if you know it's there, just go. You know, nice and simple.
There's literally nothing else that can be here. All the fetch quests are already taken care of. Oh. That's the wrong blue thing. I don't think Kaede has scouted pedestal.
Yeah, just wanted to make sure that flute can be on ped. So just wanted to make sure, I think, before heading up towards Turtle Rock. Oh, does not have Quake yet either.
Oh, that's true.
So has not checked that dig spot.
That is true.
So that's unfortunate there.
Yeah.
From Kaide. We'll see when they make it back down, but
pretty much already has the shovel equipped, so pretty much that's the last spot. That is a hard last location, Quake.
Yeah, I think Kaide has not yet gotten the second item out of Skull Woods.
Yeah, that's true.
So we'll see where Kaide's heading here. Maybe this is, they also did Smiths quite early, so maybe this is Hammer Pegs.
Oh, yeah. Well, I think Hammer Pegs was done, I think. Maybe? I don't know. I forget.
Macap has done Hammer Pegs. I believe it was just $20.
There's another sword. That was the last chance for Flute not to be in Turtle Rock.
Yeah, I guess Mimic Cave. Technically not. We have seen Magic Bat. I believe Magic Bat was just a piece of art.
That is correct.
Oh, Kaide doing Magic Bat here. I see what you mean.
Mm-hmm. Oh, wow, a vanilla mirror shield. That's hilarious.
That is pretty funny, actually.
You know what? I've never seen that.
I have also, I'll be honest, you said vanilla, and I did not remember that was the vanilla mirror shield location.
I have seen shields in the Turtle Rock Big Chest. I have not seen
Specifically,
Hey,
we found it.
there we go. We knew we found it. We knew where it was.
It was there the whole time. All of the blue things were in Turtle Rock.
All the blue things were in Turtle Rock.
Blue and yellow, it seems like
Yeah,
today.
blue and
with the
yellow.
mirror shield.
That's right. We got what sports team is blue and yellow? The Michigan Wolverines. That's right. Okay.
Wolverines are, yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of gonna be picking up that. Gonna be picking up their Quake here. Knows that Turtle Rock's all that's left.
Yep.
So we'll be heading up there.
Yeah. That is an unfortunate hard last location from Kaede. What a very, very, very good start.
I'm wondering where Kaede is headed here.
Desert.
To clear up desert first.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Yep. As Renderer finishing up Armos here. Just a few more shots into these guards.
Yep.
We'll pick up their crystal here. So just 2 left, but everyone will have to make their way up to Turtle Rock to get that flute to clear Mire.
Yeah, top specialist will have to get that quick and possibly Mambos. I guess we'll see once Madcap gets there, because he's getting there first.
Yeah, Madcap will get there first. Does have all of those medallions, so does not have to worry about that entrance to Turtle Rock. Or to Mystery Mire, sorry.
Yeah.
But we'll see if Top Specialist and Renderer are missing that. It is on Hobo, so out of the way.
We're going to go behind and do the bump and grind? No, we're not. Okay. Oh, that second ice rod shot was unfortunately early or late. I couldn't tell which, but it wasn't effectual like at all. Uh-oh. Oh, wow, the half magic clutch. I swore that Madcap did not have another fire rod shot in that tank, but I was wrong. I said to be wrong about something. I'll be wrong 1,000 times on commentary if I'm right about Turtle Rock every time.
I'll be honest. I thought that was it for Madcap too. I did not think they had another fire rod shot left in, but hey, Madcap knows.
I think bought a blue potion anyway when checking the mushroom.
Okay.
I think so.
I know Kaede did for sure.
Yeah.
But would make sense on Madcap's side as well. We had a few bottles at that point.
Renderer is going up the mountain. Probably this is probably the Turtle Rock play.
Yeah, has all those items now. She Top Specialist doing Eastern Palace first, and then most likely going to follow this into Pod to get the rest of their items.
Yeah, I appreciate doing the crystal first. You know, it gives you time to think about just how committed you want to be to this pendant dungeon. Gives you time to plan out. You don't have to think about where items are. You can just start clearing. It gives you like a mental break. Think about where you want to go, what you want to do, how you want to plan.
Yeah, and having that planning time is super, super important for runners at this level. You know, just having a second or two to think. Okay, well, where could all of my items be? Where do I have logical access to those items? You know, where's the density? And just making sure that they're trying to be as efficient as possible.
It's the only real reason to do Hera Basement.
Yeah, really is.
Like, I need time to think. What's wrong? This.
Put your controller down and lean back in your chair a little bit.
All right, and Misery Mire is what medallion?
It is Bombos.
Oh my gosh, that is terrible.
Yeah.
And I've temporarily morphed into Howard Cassell, thinking how terrible this Bombos from Misery Mire is. Clearly, this is the greatest day in the history of our sport. That's going to be really tough for Renderer and Specialist.
Yeah, I mean, they run out of checks at some point, but I mean, Renderer has not yet gone into Ice Palace, so may go in and full clear Ice Palace before thinking about going to Hobo. Hopefully, routes that in at the same time. That
would be a real shame. It's like. It's sure it's further away, but it's shorter, and I
mean, if you're gonna route in Hobo with something, I mean, it would be Ice Palace at this point. Yeah. So hopefully, if they're headed over there, they take the jump off and go check. But
has Renderer done the Pyramid Fairy yet?
I believe Render has done Pyramid Fairy, yes.
Because that would have been the time to do it.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, that would have been the time. That would have been the most efficient time anyway.
Yeah, being able to just mirror over there.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Specialists needing solidly 2 medallions. May actually find Bombos before Quake, depending on...
Yeah, because does still have to go to Kingston to grab that shovel.
Yeah.
So it's a little bit away.
Yeah. Madcap is solidly in Gomo. Did not see where that big T was, but it seemed to be early. We have, looks like we got a Charlie Goodmeyer here.
Yeah, nice and straightforward for Madcap, able to go straight to the back here. And
yeah, the seed was like, the seed ran out of steam. Was like, yeah, I'm done. Here you go.
Yeah, it could only be created for so long. It's like a TV show, you know? It's like, whoa, but what if we put the items here? And then at the end, it's like, I don't know, big key in the first chest? Sure.
Yeah, like, this is, we're in the clip show now. This is the clip show.
Yeah. This is the end of the season.
Season 7, we've run out of ideas.
Yeah. Fine, we'll give them a break this time, you know?
Yeah. Successful spooky action.
Very clean from Madcap.
So spooky.
So spooky, so scary.
So scary. Ooh, scary. 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 Gonna do some damage boosting strats. Stepping on the acid does 1 hard versus, getting hit by the eyeballs, which is like a lot more. It's like a billion more. It's like a billion damage getting hit by these things.
A billion. So that's a good weapon.
It's like a billion, yeah.
It feels like a billion, trust me.
Yeah.
When you get hit by them, it feels like a lot. Madcap picking up that crystal. Oh, number 6. Still missing that Eastern Palace crystal.
Yep. Alrighty, going to get Flute and the Lonely Roller Room. We'll have to completely route the whole way through, otherwise.
Yeah, it is quite a bit of a trek through Turtle Rock when you have to full clear it, but
yeah,
Flute being all the way in the back means...
Alright. Yeah, Madcap is in go mode, so we'll just be like a pure raw execution fest. We can play the... we can play that big key game when he gets there. We have a little ways to go. I'm more interested in how soon Professor Render and Top Specialist will get that Bombos.
Yeah, it could still be quite a bit away.
Yeah. It's in Top Specialist's best interest to get Bombos before Quake.
Yes. Yeah, to not have to isolate that Bombos at Hobo.
Another thing is that usually a lot of the time you'll see the Misery Mire medallion being in Turtle Rock also. So there is that.
Makes sense. Yeah,
that's a thing that I would be thinking about as well.
Like we said, blue and yellow things. You know.
Yeah. there are blue and yellow things in Turtle Rock today. 3 of them, in fact, combined.
Yeah, quite a few.
We're about to see one of them.
Yeah, Render, I'm going to pick up that Flute soon, as Kaide also going to be picking up that blue cane here. I believe it was in Lava Chest. Lava Bridge Chest.
You are correct. That is correct. Hey, right color, wrong item.
As Professor Render is about to pick up right color, right item.
Or in fact, the flute is in fact here in this place.
Mm-hmm.
In the world's most interesting trap.
Yeah, it definitely is one of the interesting ones.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Top Specialist picking up that red cane. Is now knows, all right. Gotta go to Turtle Rock. Don't have Quake quite yet. Wondering where that is still. May full clear olive pod here, maybe to get that green pendant.
Yeah, it doesn't even have that shovel yet, and I think you're right about that. I think Top Specialist will go all the way.
Yeah, I mean, it does make sense at this point to do that, but yeah, just tough that we know where it is and it being in one of those isolated locations. Yeah,
and it's one of those isolated locations that kind of force you into that situation in general. Because normally you like route that in with like the mirror or something while you're doing the smith chain, but boots were locked behind the mirror, and the shovel was locked behind the boots. So it's inherently inconvenient.
That's the story of this scene. Yeah. That should be its title.
The story is inherently inconvenient.
Yeah, that's been every item today.
Right?
Matt Cap has found, I guess, the least inconvenient way to route it, but still inconvenient nonetheless.
Well, the least inconvenient of the four. Just go to paw without a bow. Easy.
And we see people already getting their guesses in for that big key in GT. Do you have any guesses you like to go with, TJ?
Yeah, the big key's also in Turtle Rock.
Has to be.
Nah, it's gotta be. It's a yellow thing.
Of course.
It is. One. I guess no, two. I guess two. No, one. I'm sticking with one. I'm
gonna go with 7 today.
Yeah, the seed is running out of steam. It's in 1. Let's give it up.
Yeah, I mean it did in Misery Mire. It was it looked like that key was in the Spike Cave chat or Spike room.
It's like
nice and early on.
It's like Norm Macdonald's impression of Burt Reynolds in Celebrity Jeopardy.
Yeah, exactly.
He's like, yeah, don't bother. I didn't write anything.
Very true. Very true. Like, we're good. We're done.
Yeah, don't bother. Yeah, it's just right in the front here. Here you go. Of course, that key is in the last chest. Inherently inconvenient. Good to the last drop. Oh, we're going left. Let's go. Oh, model, let me look at the silvers. I told you, it gave up.
Yeah, give us those silvers at least. We'll make this Ganon fight a lot nicer. I mean, did find that tempered sword as well.
Yeah. Very convenient time to find that, before you even go mode.
Yeah, for sure.
So that was 1. 2. 3. Oh, you're gonna get a small key in here.
Yeah, that's nice at least.
4.
You're right, it did give up. But that means that our winner today is Queen Tiger 1989. Congratulations. Your award is in the mail. Don't check for it.
See, I told you, the seed, just give it up. Yeah, here's silvers, here's the key, just get it, just get out of here and go.
Just go to the top. Just go.
Silvers, 1 silvers, 1 big key, 1 small keys, get out of here. I'm done.
You're done.
Yeah. This show is canceled.
Yeah, I think very clearly at this point.
The writers have run out of ideas. Why are we mimic clipping?
Yeah, this is an interesting mimic clip here from Matt Cap. Does have those silver arrows.
There actually is
only 1 arrow left.
Oh, that's why. That is why. You know what's an easier way to mimic clip out of here? Do you see the block on the bottom right? If you clip that mimic into that block on the bottom right and like make them face upwards, then you can clip them out of the room pretty easly. It's
interesting.
It's really quick because you can like slide them into the block.
Interesting.
But just all you need is just like 1 buffer and then you're done, and you can do that for both of them. Yeah,
very nice.
It's actually faster if you can just get it right off the bat. It saves you time and arrows.
I'm gonna be honest, that's ridiculous.
It's ridiculous.
That's hilarious.
It's
like we said, spaghetti code.
It's totally stupid.
Oh, it looks like Renderer did pick up that bombo. So that's my apologies there. I know Top Specialist has not picked up that bombo, so we'll unfortunately have that situation. But Renderer able to head in here.
Oh, there you go. See, the pitfalls are doing both commentary and tracking.
Yeah, and I'll be honest, Avalyn's been carrying the tracking the whole time anyway. So
once again, shout out to our trackers, Avalyn, and One Kind of Syrup. One Kind of Syrup also doing double duty, tracking and commentating. Meanwhile, I get to just kick back and just watch shit happen. Just talk about it. I get the easy job.
Yeah, honestly, being able to do both here, I wanted to make sure we got 4 runners. Didn't want to leave you stranded here, TJ.
I'm good.
Always nice to have a couple extra voices here.
Oh, you better believe it.
Renderer fighting that big key nice and early. And gonna head straight to the back here. We'll be following Madcap up to Ganon's tower pretty quickly, and Kaide following closely behind Renderer.
Yeah, somehow because of Kaide's reluctance to maybe go into pod, kind of put him off from getting everything he needed. And hard blast locationing in that quake certainly did not help.
Yeah, that sitting in that dig spot and finding really just leaving that for so long, having done the Smith chain so early.
Yeah.
It just meant that Kaide was never going back to that shell spot. It was always inconvenient.
Always inconvenient.
Yeah.
Perpetually and everlasting. Oh, does Madcap have enough magic? Yeah, just get that lamp out. There you go.
I always love that you can lamp that gap.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean they are running out of magic here, but we'll be good after fighting Aga.
I know
you don't get a refill after Aga, but we'll be able to pick up a refill.
Yeah.
Coming up here.
I was hoping for a fake real powder.
A fake real one. I like that.
Yeah.
Again, making easy work of Moldorm too.
Lean.
We're doing the same technique we saw from Madcap before. Going to be doing damage boosts, sword swings there. Or sword spins.
Yeah. See, I told you that cape would get used.
Yeah, it's actually been used quite a bit. We saw Kaide using it to block damage in the, the spinning fire room, the dark room in Turtle Rock. Where you have to hold right and then hold left.
I wonder if actually Kaide Rikawa's going to pull ahead here. Because now Professor Renderer needs to reload. Or Mimic Clip.
Yeah, it's going to be missing arrows.
Yeah, it has no ammunition.
Interesting. Not usually something you have to think about heading up to GT. We'll see if Renderer finds a way to route around this.
You can get lucky with that shovel. You can pull up items with that thing. Or just could go right to Ice Palace. Yep, that's what he's doing. Good. This is smart. This is the way to do it. Good. That's it's good awareness from Renderer. But looks my Kaide might pull ahead here because of it. And looks like that's the case, yeah. Meanwhile, Top Specialist is still looking for Bombos and Quake. But clearing crystal dungeons along the way.
Yeah, Kaide making their climb up with Renderer here. Renderer now having 35 arrows. Oh, unfortunately dropping down. We'll have to reroute this a little bit, but we'll get up to GT pretty quickly.
Yeah, nice one cycle from Ganon. There's the cape getting used. Called it. Okay.
You are vindicated today, TJ.
I am vindicated. Well, I was vindicated when the flute was in Turtle Rock. I called that long before Quake.
You did. You've actually been calling. You say your calls have been off today, but I think your calls have been pretty good.
You think so? All right. I
think so. I mean, you
appreciate you saying that.
You got all of our blue items in Turtle Rock.
That's true, like that.
You know, you got both of them. So I mean,
we didn't.
It's a two for one.
Well, the mirror was like Turtle Rock, Jason.
Yeah, close enough.
Yeah. And one more shout out to do it for Madcap. And then there you go. Okay. So get your gugas in chat for Madcap. He's about to cross that bridge, or could fall off. I don't know how he wants to live. He might want to do this fight again.
Hey, you never know. Just for fun.
Yeah, just for fun. Decides to go for it, and finishing with an official race time, that GG time of 1 hour, 42 minutes, and 57 seconds, which is good enough for 4th place overall.
Yeah, 4th place overall. 1st place on this restream today. We see a few runners coming in with the fastest, actually 137 today, which is a very quick run, especially for this seed. Yeah, I feel like Madcap routed this race pretty quickly here.
Yeah, and that very lucky pulls out of pod. That was a really gutsy play at the time.
Yeah, and then I feel like the only time loss really was going into Ice Palace, but beyond that, everything seemed pretty efficient.
Yeah, I'd be curious to see if who did not go into Ice Palace, because Renderer did not. And that's how we managed to close the gap with Kaede Rukawa here.
Yeah, made it quite a bit quicker for Renderer. Unfortunately, Renderer doing Hope Room Chest first, so we'll find that big key a little bit after, but not too far here.
Yeah, between having to reload and doing right side, just Kaede pulling slightly but significantly ahead.
Yeah, it makes enough of a difference for sure here.
Yeah.
And we'll see where Top Specialist is headed. Hopefully this is... I think this is probably green pendant turn in, but after that, I'm not too sure. Still is missing both Bombos and Quake. Because we have Madcap joining us.
Hello.
GG's, Madcap.
Good game to you. Well played.
Hello. Thank you. It's not expected, I think. But yeah, thank you. Thank you so much.
Yeah, we were just discussing.
Yeah,
we were just discussing at the fortunate Palace of Darkness play you had, which at the time was pretty gutsy. You went in there relatively early compared to pretty much everybody else without a bow. So what was the impetus behind that decision?
I don't know. Everything was like kind of weird because I wasn't really expecting to go so far like in the Dark World. I was more like thinking about just like going into Hype Cave and not finishing Thieves Town. But then suddenly the hammer was in Thieves Town. So I don't know, everything just sort of changed a bit, and after getting into like Hype Cave and something like that, Pendant Pod and like just looking at my map, there were like a couple of items in Skullwoods, 2 items in Zora and Catfish, like some stuff, but I don't know, there were clearly like more items in Pod. And with it
was just pretty much a question of like having scattered items all over the place versus 5 concentrated items in Palace of Darkness.
Yeah, and I'm not usually the one to just say there's the more density, so I just go there, you know, like, but just there were just like a lot of terrible checks, and like both the flippers and the hammer were pointing kind of there maybe, and yeah, like obviously finding it both luck, it's not ideal, but yeah, like if I'm going to pod, I'm always like just doing it because I think it's always.
Right. You're not gonna let a silly thing like a bow lock deter you from doing that. And just a quick shout out here while you were answering my question. Top Specialist did end up finding that Bombos before Quake, so getting bailed out on that one at least.
Yeah, won't be stuck after Turtle Rock here.
Right.
But yeah, it still needs to go up the mountain to Turtle Rock, just clearing up a few checks here, knowing they are still missing that Quake. So yes, needs to go to King's Tomb to get that shovel.
Yeah, but it's fortunate that you don't have to go looking for Bombos in Turtle Rock now. So that the hard part is done.
Yeah. No, this is as TJ and I were discussing earlier, this is a very inconvenient seed. Where everything was just kind of in an inconvenient location, kind of spread everywhere, and seemed like a kind of an unfortunate seed to have to route, honestly.
Yeah, the mirror kind of forced that situation where it locked the mirror locked the boots locked the shovel locked the Quake, and the Quake locked the end of the game. Which
locked the flute, which locked Meyer, right?
Yeah,
so.
Pretty much. And you're seeing the consequences for that on Top Specialist side right now of that. Like either get Quake in the seed or you're spending forever. He's gonna get that shovel now because frankly, it's just running out of things to do.
We'll check the shovel here. I don't know if they've checked Graveyard Ledge. We'll see exactly where they head after this, but yeah, it does need to go finish up that shovel check. And then we'll be in effective go mode, where we know where that flute is.
Right. Where the blue things are. Render taking a fall. That stinks.
Yeah, onto those spikes, but nice quick one at least. Took it right at the beginning of the Moldorm fight, so a little bit less of an issue. And Kaide heading into the Ganon fight here with Tempered Sword, with silvers, does make this fight a lot easier. Do you also like finding those silvers in the first check of Ganon's tower there, Madcap?
Yeah, that was sure nice.
Yeah.
After the Flute to Seed gave up, I don't know if Kaide has a fairy.
I don't believe Kaide does. No, so that will
Does
be
not. All right, this isn't.
wow.
This isn't enough of a setback to have Professor Renderer pull ahead here just yet. But
no, and I do believe Kaide still has a blue potion tucked away. Just took a little bit too much there.
right.
Yeah, because I don't know how this seed turns out if you just go to school with and you hand the hook shot. Like, do you just go to the mountain and then you go without the hammer? I don't know. It's very weird. And like Ice Palace was really unfortunate. I don't know. I really thought it would have something. Everything was pointing there.
Yeah, we talked about that earlier. There was such early access to Ice Palace. You know, you had that fire rod right from the beginning. Flippers on blind. It did look like there had to be something in Ice Palace, and it was just came up empty, minus that half magic, but not worth the trip. That's for sure.
Well, that half magic did save you a couple of times.
It was very good, especially for Ice Palace. I mean, at least it was like, okay, I'm going, at least at this I'm doing it fast, but especially like with finding Kane so early, I think, it was like, okay, like if people end up doing this and I do it like much sooner, it can work out good. I don't know.
Yeah. If there's an item there, it works out really well for you. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
I mean, I think it was a long shot that a bow could be in there, but like it's like you said, it was definitely pointing there. And Coyote's finishing up in 8th place with a time of 150.37. So GG to Coyote Rukawa.
Oh,
And it looks like top specialist is heading towards that quake.
Let's see where they're headed here. Looks like they're actually heading back up into Village of Outcasts first.
Maybe Hammer Pikes?
Yeah, it could be Hammer Pikes. Could also be Magic Bat. I'm not sure if you've seen that on top specialist side.
Yeah, Coyote did unfortunately hard last location that quake. It was very, very, very thorough for most of the seed.
Yeah, really, really was. Which paid off early. They actually Coyote did get the access to that Skullwoods hook shot nice and early. Because we have Kaide actually joining us in chat. Kaide, GG's.
Hi, Coyote.
Hello, DJs. First of all, I'm sorry, DJ. You will have won me this seat for sure.
I know. I was giving you a hard time throughout it.
Yeah, TJ was having some fun.
It was. But we were just talking about your early game routing was very thorough and actually really worked out for you in the early game, and I'm going to interrupt this comment here as Renderer finishes and crosses the bridge with a time of 151.58. So I was saying that your early game was pretty thorough. You made some decisions to go to put off Desert Palace for a while after you finding the book, and I think you headed into Eastern right after that.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I went to desert after purple chest, so that didn't help at all because of the second item.
Yeah, the
at
lamp
the
was
moment, I had no wood, so
Yeah, makes sense. Yeah, it was getting that hook shot early was nice. It's just the rest of the items kind of led you more towards that Ice Palace play, which unfortunately just have magic sitting in Ice Palace.
yeah. So this seed was like, okay, skip pot and skip Smith chain and go to the mountain. Then when you pick the mirror, you go back to overworld checks or desert palace and you find the rest. Then pot was go mode, but it was really hard to do.
Imagine doing a Skullwoods before pot. I don't know.
Yeah. As we have Professor Render joining us as well. GG's.
2 words. Skill issue.
Yeah. Well, we were saying that you what actually was the difference between you and Kaede was needing to purchase the arrows from the Pond of Happiness there.
I mean, that's not a big deal. I was low enough on arrows as it is, so it wasn't really that big of a deal.
I think you were it was definitely the right decision.
There were no arrows in GT before that big key.
Yeah,
so picking up those arrows was important.
I was saying, like, after the flute, just like ran out of ideas, and it's just like, here, take it. I'm done. I'm done being I'm done being difficult.
See, yeah, that's kind of what I was meaning. That's what I mean by skill issue. It's like we don't talk about that early game. We don't talk about the early game at all.
Yeah,
because like that was even bad even for me. Like I shouldn't have had this much trouble in the first place with blind, like with that low of health. It's just that it's unfortunate that there wasn't a whole lot of health and safeties and all that stuff until after I decided to do fake flipper.
Yeah, I wouldn't go around kicking yourself exactly. I mean, we've all been there. We've all had that kind of.
I'm not trying to kick myself. It's just straight. Yeah. I'm just trying to like straight up. Yeah, that would have been nice to get it at low percent, but like it is what it is. So I'm not trying to kick myself that bad. It happens, and I was frustrated dying twice to blind, 3 in total in Thieves Town in total. Yeah. It's like, but I'm not like. That's why I decided to leave at the second death, just because it's like what gives. And then the third death was like, okay, I'm gonna try it and see if this works. But no, it didn't work.
I mean, imagine items actually being in Thieves Town. When does that ever happen?
Yeah, that's why when I saw flippers, it's like, okay, now I'm very much in trouble. That's why I decided to kind of go a little bit more aggressive, like go up to skull just to get hook, and then just follow that further, and just that would help me a lot. And then, hey, at least I made Pendant Pod worked out in my favor, because it was like, oh yeah, it had to have been there. It looks like. Oh, everyone did apparently everyone went to ice.
Yeah, you're the only one who did not.
You're the only one, yeah. There was nothing there except for half magic.
I wasn't gonna get that.
Yeah.
It was like the fact that it was and at that point it was some Mario-less ice, and I'm like, no. Some Mario-less pendant ice. No, that's not happening.
Yeah, when you got the hook shot, went up the mountain, you got like the mirror and everything, and Swamp Palace was open. I think at that point you're looking at Ice Palace and like, well, why would I go in here now?
Yeah, you have that bow, and you might as well just go over to that hot area.
That route definitely worked out in your favor, and you almost pulled ahead of a couple of places.
I mean, it's fine. I can. There's at least a confidence booster that I can still at least go toe to toe with like people like Kaede. But by the way, that's Kaede Sly, isn't it?
if only I can go toe to toe with Kaede. I'll get you next time, Kaede Mukawa!
When you see me on ladder or a daily, let's go and play on the rest team together. I got lucky today. I got a bad seat, but I got lucky about that.
I mean, I got lucky in a way too. So like me going into because after I got my routing was like the routing after Swamp was like, okay, let me try this to see if this is any faster or slower. When then I was debating this as I was going to Desert, it's like, this can't be this. I don't know if this is faster or slower than doing this. Placing that mirror portal down, and then I kind of realized, oh no, wait, it probably isn't. It isn't. It's pretty slow because of the two screen transitions. So I could have just saved and quit, saved some time there. But at least I know.
Yeah, I almost wish I kind of had just like a stopwatch running with me, like just to time certain things like that. I'd be like, because I always wonder about stuff like that too, where I'm like, I have like 2 ways of doing things, and like, which way is faster? I don't really have time to think about it. I just gotta pick one and do it.
Yeah,
I get you from that.
It's a choice that I made that that it was a choice I made that I just kind of that I just thought about it when I saw Desert Desert was open at that point. I was like, oh, let me try this, and then at least that did help lead into dependent pod. That was a convenient spot for that first Mario and Ice Rod, and then I was like, okay, let's just clear it out because it's like just since who knows if Ice Rod's there, then yay, or Flute rather, and then yay.
Right. I mean, at least it wasn't an Ice Rod hunt. It's always nice when that just like gets out of the way.
No. Yeah, it's good to see that too.
Right. And the Flute is pretty much just always in Turtle Rock.
Yeah.
It's a go mode blue thing.
Yeah. Move my just play around with my little stream layout for just a second. It should come up in a little bit, but yeah. Honestly, if that early game was pretty bad for me, but at least I made it up towards the end. And yeah, I mean, at least again, I almost went up to beat Kaede. So
yeah, I think the first warning sign that the seed was going to be agitating was like the early mitts. Because that's always the first sign that things are going to be agitating. Where it just opens up so much of the seed so fast that it's basically, I think, Kade, and correct me if I'm wrong here, I think that was pretty much your reasoning for why you were so thorough here, is because you get early mitts, and most of this stuff, what is happening? What is... Okay.
What was the question?
That was my model. That was my VTuber model.
Anyway, would it be fair to say that the early mitts is what kind of incentivized you to be so thorough when clearing this? Because that was really your style going through.
Yeah. The thing was that having the mitts early on, I was just like, okay, I'll go first to High Cave and then give the smithy and go back to Thieves Town. I mean, yeah, first of all, from Schoolwoods, that was good. And after Thieves Town, but then the Swamp Palace, no, the Mountain Play and Swamp Palace. And after that, I was aiming for the Pyramid Fairy and the North check, so yes.
Yeah, you just did everything.
It was unlucky that the most important thing was the shovel. But
yeah, that was real unfortunate. If I'm right, that was a hard last location for you, wasn't it?
Yeah, I had Magic Bat and that one check left, so it was hard to go there instead of Ice Palace or Pot.
Right, as I was saying during the course of the seed, like that dig spot location is just far enough away to like slightly disincentivize you from doing it versus like saying you're already like right next to Palace of Darkness. Top Specialist is not happy about that bow, that flute. You're already next to Palace of Darkness, so it's either like leave the green pendant behind and risk having to make the annoying walk back to pod, or just go to another slightly inconvenient space and dig this thing up. So like you're already
you have to add the possibility of being a pedestal seat too. So
right.
It was really bad for me.
Yeah, you had
that spot was really bad.
Yeah, it's pretty much a decision of where you are versus where you're going, and you banked on where you are.
Yeah, I don't know. It's rando, so
yeah, it'll happen.
That's it.
That's rando. Yeah, that is rando. Yep.
Yeah,
I got unlucky today, so whatever. That's okay.
50% of the time. I mean, but we both did pretty well in cross keys very recently, if I remember correctly. So you have that on your belt this week.
Yeah, cross keys and the Kabuki tournament that I finally got eliminated. So
you got pretty far in that then. Yes, that's
yeah.
For a while.
I went to loser's bracket on the second round I went all the way to top 8, top 6, so it was a really good run for me.
Nice.
Absolutely.
Yeah, fighting back from neutral. Somebody has to. Might as well be you.
Anyways, thank you for the stream, by the way, and the tracking. Thanks for the game, everyone, and GG's again.
Yeah, I'll repeat what Kaede said. Thanks, comms trackers, all that good stuff. Yeah, impromptu VTuber debut, so model debut. So
Love that.
Anyway, I'm gonna get out of here. It was a lot of fun. GG's, and hopefully I don't screw up the early game that bad next time.
All right, thanks for coming by and talking
Thanks for
about
coming. GG's.
No problem. Yeah.
Have a great night. Happy New Year to you guys.
Yeah, thank you to everybody, and thank you for commentary on the stream, and GG's to everybody.
GG's.
Bye-bye.
Have a good one, Matt Cap. We see top specialist finishing up Trinex here.
Right.
Just about to get Crystal, number 6 here. Does have to go back to Misery Miter now after activating that flute. But luckily enough, that Misery Miter is a quick one today.
Yeah, and we'll be fortunate to have found Bombos already. So
yeah, it's not having to hunt for that definitely.
While the flute was definitely an inconvenient spot for him, has the benefit of at least having found Bombos before it.
Yeah, doesn't have to go hunting for that Bombos afterwards. Makes a big difference here.
Yeah. I do have to wonder how many people that got, because doing that hobo check. Man, that's a pain in the neck.
Yeah, I mean, if you don't get it out of the way, those flippers were all the way on West Side Dark World. Right. If you don't get that out of the way when you fake flipper, it's tough to. It's tough,
Right. So let's take a moment to just take stock real quick here. Like how many actual progression items were just sort of out of the way here, right? You have the shovel. And the and Quake, which was an out of the way check right there. Bombos and another, like both medallions really, an out of the way check.
I mean that hook shot was in the middle of Skull Woods, and there was nothing else in Skull Woods.
Pretty much, yeah. So
in Skull Woods.
I mean, but when you go to the Dark World in this seed, I mean, it's kind of pushing you into that area already because you have to walk through it.
It's access too.
Yeah, I mean, I would classify that because you have to take an extra step to go and then commit to a pendant dungeon in there. But
I would say that flute, where it is in Turtle Rock, is a pretty inconvenient location for that flute to be as well.
Oh, I knew flute was in Turtle Rock the moment we found the red cane pot.
yeah, you did call that, so that does make sense.
Right. I mean, it's out of the way, sure, but you know what? It's also along the way because it's in a crystal dungeon that you have to do anyway. So
yeah,
I mean, it's annoying, but there it is. Ice Rod was pretty convenient. That's
Ice Rod.
Flippers and Hammer also in a dungeon along the beaten path. Fire Rod was literally our starting item.
Yeah.
And Titan, and the gloves were jerks. So there you go.
Yeah, we got those a little too early.
Yeah, the gloves were jerks by being accessible,
as they tend to be.
Indeed. Like, oops, no hammer. Haha. What are you gonna do now?
That hammer could have been in much worse locations for sure.
Yeah. It just happened to be convenient.
Luckily, something in this seed was,
Ice Rod, and Hammer were Hammer, Red Cane, all convenient items.
Yeah.
Flippers.
Is it inconvenient for our third sword to have been in Turtle Rock in Mimic Cave?
You know what?
Turtle Rock.
I'm gonna say no because of where the flute is. The flute is pretty much.
I guess we have to go there.
Yeah, the flute is pretty much your go mode unless it's Bombos. Like I think those are only real two possibilities here.
Yeah,
is that flute or Bombos is your go mode, and because the flute is in the second section of Turtle Rock past Mimic Cave, I'd say that sword is pretty convenient because you're gonna get it before you get the flute if you're being thorough, unless you're just absolutely just blazing past the Mimic Cave, like, it's not gonna be here. It's in Turtle Rock. Why am I going here?
Yeah, I'm ready to seed. I think this seed is actually pretty nice if specifically you go up to the mountain after doing after going from North Kakariko down to Hype Cave.
Yeah.
If you save it quit straight to the mountain, it's actually quite convenient.
Yeah.
Because that gives you access to Swamp Palace, which then leads you into Pot Eastern, which gives you the rest of your items. But if you don't make that exact decision, I mean, it's a little all over the place.
Yeah, I think Kaede had the right of it being like as thorough as he was. I don't know if like the order in which he had done it was kind of like this wasn't doing him any favors in the end.
Mm-hmm.
But like just like clearing everything along the way because you have those myths, because like so many items are like slowly trickling in, like your hammer and your flippers and your hook shot. It's like just getting everything like along the way is kind of in your best interest, because like leaving stuff behind will kind of get you in trouble here.
Yeah, it'll waste way more time than it saves, skipping those few checks.
Yeah.
Specialist, unfortunately, flipping the switch to the wrong color. You do need that switch to be red.
You do, yeah. I've done that 100 times.
It's just muscle memory,
Absolutely. And Misery Mire, absolutely. There is a caveat to my statement, and that is if you happen to find the mirror somewhat early in this seed, then I think you're a little bit better off, because you have the boots, and then you may get that shovel kind of early, and then route that Quake in if and when you decide to do Smith Chain.
Yeah, it's tough, right? Because we have Myths access as well. A lot of our runners want to do that Smith Chain the first time they're in Village of Outcasts.
Everyone's like terrified of the mirror being on that purple chest, and
exactly.
You see that once, you're like, oh, I'm never letting this happen again.
Yeah, this is definitely an interesting seed. There is a way for it to be routed well. It's just well.
Yeah,
let's be honest.
It needs to be very, very specific, and
yeah,
you're not gonna. It's not gonna happen unless you're just like playing super aggressively and get.
Yeah, it would be odd to route it exactly that way. It'd be interesting to see how High Ruler, who was the winner of this race, did route it. Did finish with a 1:37, so that's a pretty good time, especially for the seed with how spread out they were.
That is a solid 5-minute difference between first overall finisher and first finisher on the stream.
Yeah, and Matcap routed this run very nicely. Had that Cane of Samaria and that Ice Rod early. Again, the only thing that really lost them time was that Ice Palace dip.
Yeah,
or I guess Ice Palace clear. It's not really a dip if you do the whole thing.
That's true. I mean, you dip. Sometimes you dip and you go all the way.
Yeah, and I mean, if you're there, and there was an item on Cold Stare, I believe, so
yeah, there was.
It does make sense to go all the way there. Especially, I don't think Batcap had checked Pet at that point either. I'm not sure. Oh no, they had checked Pet because they
saved the quid out of ice.
Yeah, they didn't pick up the pendant. As top specialist, picking up some potions here before heading up to GT.
You're gonna get some.
I guess picking up a potion here.
Yeah, it's one is all you need.
Hey, that's all you. That's it. Yeah, this almost turned into an all dungeons run,
Yeah, the nature of this, the nature of the seed, and where our swords and capes were. Kind of prevented Aga from being possible, so that was at least nice.
Yeah, that's the one convenient thing this seed gave us.
Yeah, like no, you don't have to do this.
At least we saved a few minutes there on the climb.
Yeah, but everything else is gonna totally suck.
Yeah, I had actually a very nice seed earlier today where I got boots very early, and then on the the island in the lake was my lamp, so I knew it couldn't be an Aga seed. Oh, that's the dream,
Like when Aga's a possibility, but you scout things that make it impossible.
Make it impossible. Yeah. Oh yeah. I saw it and I was like, oh, I'm gonna find Dark World access some point. This is great.
I mean, there are certain seeds where I'll just want to do it anyway. It's usually mystery, where like getting Dark World access and checking my mystery goal at the same time is kind of like, I'll just do Aga.
Yeah, might as well.
Yeah.
At that point, you know.
Mm-hmm.
It also can be a convenient location. You know, without that mirror, you can still save and quit out, but it could be a convenient location to have a Dark World portal.
It could. And sometimes, you know, Pyramid Fairy makes that a logical necessity.
Yep, that's very, very true. Yeah, always fun when your only way to access Westside Dark World for so long is that Aga Tower.
Yeah.
Or that Aga portal.
Right. The red flag, like the cape, is a literal red flag for Aga. Like usually an Aga seed will have a lamp, 2 swords, and a cape. Usually.
Yeah, they've got more swords, you know.
Yeah, and
it really likes to tell you.
Yeah, and a yellow flag is an early hook shot, especially if you don't find like flippers or a hammer or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because that hook shot will just let you get across the gap, and that could be a logical way to get across into the West Dark World from Aga using the hook shot. So like those are the kind of things you need to look out for. You need to look for like at least 2 swords, a cape, and a hook shot. And then like you see all that, you're like, well, there's probably an Aga seed.
Yeah, I just am horrendous at doing Aga in the dark. So I need to see that lamp before I'm willing to do Aga.
Right.
But
Fire Rod makes it less egregious.
Yeah.
Like if you know where to throw those shots out.
Top specialist picking up that big key here.
And there you go. Time to go.
Time to go.
I have played a non-zero amount of seats.
Okay.
Where I had access to Aga and a mirror coming out of escape in a standard seed.
Unfortunate. No.
I saw this and I'm like, I saw this and I'm like, I dropped off Zelda and I'm like, I'm gonna mirror into Aga like right now.
Yeah, I guess like Aga's always inconvenient, but if you know at least, that's half the battle. I mean, not to guess.
You get, I got all those things in that dungeon and I'm like, I'm doing this now.
Oh no, top specialist ran out of arrows here.
Unfortunately, this is an epidemic here.
Oh, this is a nice bufferless. Oh, popped out there.
Yep. Although I feel like this the way this mimic clip is going, I feel like it should be accompanied with calypso music.
I could not agree more, TJ. I could not agree more.
Come on, get in there.
Come on,
get in the. Come on, get the. See this? Oh, there you go. Okay, so yeah, again, that rightmost block on the bottom is.
I can never forget that now. That's it's too important now for me.
Yeah. If you'd like, I can show you how it works after the race is over. If you're that curious.
No, I'm gonna check that out in a little bit. I have a run I'm finishing up actually. A cross keys run that I've been trying to finish.
Oh, cute. How long is that?
It's been. We're at 2.5 hours right now.
Okay. You still learning?
It's a fun one.
You're still learning cross
keys? Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Trying to broaden my horizons, you know.
Yeah, and that was a nice mimic clip, by the way. That was clutch. It was necessary.
Yes.
The necessity being the mother of invention here.
Of course.
Yeah.
Mimic clips very, very important in this game. Very tough for strat to do for sure.
It's a good skill to have.
Yeah.
Like the more tricks you have in your arsenal, the better off you'll.
It just makes routing so much more convenient once you learn these tricks. Like especially like sees so many different situations throughout the time that you might as well the tricks are going to save you time at least in some runs.
Yeah, and like fringe more weird modes like key sanities and cross keys and mysteries, like that stuff comes up a lot more. You'll be doing a lot more weird tricks in that in these modes, like trying to sequence break the key logic. So sometimes key logic can be really, really bad.
Yeah, knowing how to get around those dungeons is another big part of those key sanity races. You know, how many keys do I need to complete pod? You know, okay, well, if I have the boots, it's one less. If I know how to do that pod hammer jump, it's another one less. You know,
right?
So just makes adding these tricks to your arsenal just makes the game a little bit easier over time.
Right. The most important thing in the key sanity one, I know we're just like deviating from like the race here, and I know we're in a top specialist is, by the way, climbing GT and is finishing up.
Yeah.
The most important key logic to understand about pot is that the only important numbers are 1, 4, and 6.
Yep.
Yeah. One will get you through the first few checks in the dungeon. 4, yeah. 4 keys is what opens up the back, the dark basement and the
maze,
the turtle chest. Yeah, and no, the maze is locked by 6.
It's logically locked by 6. Yes.
Logically, yeah. So that's that, and the rest of it, the big chest, helmet sore, the big key chest, and harmless hellway, all locked by 6 keys.
6 keys. Yeah. It also does help, even if you, let's say, sequence break on less keys to the back. It's also helpful to just know what the logic is, you know? You get a really important item in the back, and it could help you know, let's say, where that lamp is, or where those other keys are. It can definitely help understand that logic a little better. Mm-hmm. Where you find those keys later matters.
You also, key logic and pod can help you route in a non-key set anymore, too. There's so many keys in that...
Yeah, little things like when are keys locked behind keys, and just understanding, you know, how many keys you can have in the front, or how many are required to make the back also bow locked, things like that.
I think pod has the unique distinction, by the way, of having the only place in the game where something cannot be a vanilla check. Like in the vanilla game, there is a Palace of Darkness key in the Dark Maze. And the logic of Randomizer will never put a key in that back there. So I think that's a unique distinction about pod. Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't think there's anything else like that.
Just the way the logic works out, right? It has to place. It wants to play 6 keys because it expects you to use your keys in the least efficient way possible.
Right.
So if you waste all the keys everywhere, you still need 6 too if you want that last key to be for the Dark Maze, let's say.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So, definitely an interesting distinction. Does that mean in the vanilla game you can run out of keys?
No, because you'll just get a key replaced when you go into that room. So,
I mean, if you were to save it for last.
Well, the thing about it is, in the vanilla game, the hammer is in the big chest.
Yes, that makes sense.
So the hammer locks the progress from the other key. So you won't be able to spend that key without the hammer.
That makes sense. Yes, that makes sense, yeah. Been a while since I played the vanilla game. I'm not sure where those keys are, unfortunately, anymore.
I mean, I barely remember, anytime, I did a spoiler race and someone's like, oh, it's in the map chest, it's the combat chest. I don't remember where that is!
They're just chests that aren't the big one.
I don't know which one that is. Where was that originally? I don't know.
Yeah, I only know it when it's super obvious, right? There's some of them where I'm like, that had to be the big key chest,
right?
In Eastern Palace, it's like everyone knows that's the big key chest, but also obviously that's the big key chest,
right? Which one was the map? Which one was the compass? I don't know. I don't remember.
Where did they come in? Yeah, exactly.
It's been 30 years. I don't.
Yeah, well, game came out a little bit ago.
Yeah. How did we get on this topic, by the way?
I don't know. It's just been devolving over time, you know.
Yeah.
No, Rando, Avalon, to answer your question, will always put 6 keys, before you have to go into Dark Maze. So there is never a key in the Dark Maze.
Yeah.
Because everything in there is only in logic after 6 keys.
In both non-key sanity and standard open modes too.
Mm. Top Specialist finishing up Aka 2 here. Will be dropping into Ganon momentarily. Does have those silvers and that tempered sword, so hopefully a nice straightforward fight here from Top Specialist.
No cape though.
I actually am not sure if Top Specialist has found that cape or not. I think because I forgot to mark it on Renderer's screen as well. But the Renderer did finish it. So Top Specialist might have that cape. But, worst case scenario does have that blue cane.
Yeah, I gotta be honest. The dude has paused a billion times, and I just never thought to look.
Yeah, I thought the exact same thing about a second ago, too, so...
I was like, oh, the tracker says he doesn't have cape. I'm going to assume he doesn't have cape.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and with quick swap, they opened that actually a lot less, so it's even harder to tell, you know?
Just a bit outside.
Oh, just missing that, unfortunately. All right, but here, onto this phase of Ganon. Oop, gotta watch out for those bats.
You know,
They do quite a bit of damage.
I respect the method of staying inside the spinning ring, inside the ring for the bat. You know, but unfortunately facilitated yet another bat because Ganon was a jerk and just did a second one right after.
Yeah, Ganon not always the nicest to us. But 4 silvers left. Oh, all right. Does have a fairy, so a little bit less concerned here. Gonna use that fire rod. And a double setup there, so 2 arrows left.
Whoa, we don't want. That was close. That scared the heck out of me.
And Aku pointing out there was no cape in the menu, so did not pick up that cape.
Because now we're looking. Oh, fairy.
The death. Has the fairy, but
we're good. It's still good.
Look, Top Specialist has been giving us some very stressful fights tonight.
Yo, what that skull was pretty much
that one really got me.
I ran out of arrows.
Oh no! This is gonna be. So we're gonna be doing this. Oh man. Yeah, Evelyn pointing out spins it is here, but does have those torches unfortunately desynced.
Yeah.
Gonna wait for both of them here, and then here we go.
I think switching to the lamp is probably more economic at this point.
Yeah, I think Top Specialist does have a blue potion still.
Yeah.
So we'll be able to fill up the
that's
magic
fine.
here.
And there's already has 2 silver arrow shots in, so we'll only need I think 6 spins.
So 2.
Yeah, that's literally halfway, right?
It is stressing me out with those spins, pushing them close to the edge, though.
Yeah.
Using that torch there. Yeah,
there you go.
There's that blue potion.
There you go.
Gotta be careful now.
Yeah.
Oh, unfortunate timing. Those torches, not always the nicest. And yeah, switching to the lamp, realizing, okay, well, running out of safeties. Gotta be extra careful here.
Just gotta bait it out and then move on in. Bait and move. Bait it out, move in. And
okay.
I think 2 more, I think.
1 or 2, yeah. It should be coming up quick and bait it. Oh, missing the spin there, unfortunately. There we go. And the pig is down. Everyone, get your GGs in chat for Top Specialist. Finishing up their run here.
Yep.
Crossing the line with an official racetime.gg time of 2:26:51. So, GGs to Top Specialist.
Sometimes the race is about finishing and not about placing.
Look, glad they finished. This is some unfortunate locations. Top Specialist had that early death in Eastern Palace, which was locking the Moon Pearl. And, like we were saying, just inconvenient here.
Yeah.
Hey, Top Specialist joining us. GG's.
Way to stick it out.
GG. I am sorry, guys, for making you stay so long.
No need
to be sorry. We were hanging out, having a good time, and it was there was some unfortunate locations in this scene.
Yeah, I think the unfortunate the unfortunate route happened pretty much right away, where you had Eastern Palace pegged right.
Had the call, that's the right call.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was trying some stuff early that I thought would give me an advantage or a good gamble to pay off, and it would have if I would have actually finished it. But I made about probably the worst choices possible, but that's okay. I think it was entertaining, at least.
Well, I'll tell you this: you did have the most entertaining moment of the seed for everybody. I think everybody was literally on the edge of their seat watching you do Mothula. It was.
Oh my god, that fight was crazy.
Let me paint the picture for you. Let me paint the picture for you. Right? Imagine there's 4 runners on the stream. Right? Each and every single one of them is doing a boss at the exact same time. right?
Jeez.
At the exact same time.
All different bosses. All different bosses.
All different bosses. And you're at this. No one has seen what was on Mothia yet. You're the first one to get in there and get it done. So we're all at the edge of the seat. You're on Fighter Sword. You're out of magic. You got nothing left, and you're just on your last heart. Absolutely, just
killed it. That was a crazy fight.
Total, like absolutely respectable patience from you in that one. Just paying attention to where the spikes were, the rings were, your movement was totally on point, and it was easily the best part of watching this whole stream. So if even if you're not satisfied with your time, you can take that away. You were absolutely the most
entertaining.
Yeah, the most entertaining, the most fantastic part of this entire race.
Yeah, for sure.
Take that away.
Yeah, and it doesn't help that I haven't practiced much in a while. Like, I was a bit more competitive before, but I took a break, and yeah, this was fun to come back to, though.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta shake off the rust somehow, right? And that Mothia fight, yeah, that's gonna do it.
I was doing both today, tracking and commentating with TJ here, and I really should have been paying attention, but I could not take my eyes off of that fight.
Glued!
It was very, very fun to see, and I would have died very quickly in that fight.
Yeah, I was a bit disappointed with the flute. I'm sure all the other runners were as well. That was not what I wanted to see.
All the way in Turtle Rock.
It was one of the things we were talking about. I think I'm gonna toot my own horn again, and I had that flute just like figured out pretty much as soon as the thing about the flute is that this might be a superstition. It's either really early or really late. I almost never see the flute somewhere in the mid game. It's either your access to Death Mountain, or it's your go mode for Misery Mire.
Yeah, at least top specialist there. You were able to pick up both Bombos and Quake.
Yeah.
Before finishing up and picking up that flute, because that Bombos on Hobo was so far out of the way for you at the beginning there. We were a little concerned that
we were a
little rock first.
Yeah, we were a little concerned.
Yeah, I kind of forgot to check Hobo early on, and then I was like, I don't even know what I'm doing anymore. And then I realized, oh yeah, I forgot to check Hobo, and then I found Quake, thinking maybe it was necessary. Turns out it must have been.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the Quake and the Bombos were the required ones. Yeah, the if you had fluted to Misery Mire and seen Bombos without seeing it, it would have been definitely unfortunate. Definitely rough.
Well, I'm gonna have to watch at least some of this back. Appreciate you guys for restreaming. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for running, giving us that entertainment. Hey, you said you were taking a break, but welcome back to playing. Yeah, like you said, shaking off the rust with the seed like this definitely helps with that.
Yeah, just let this one bounce off you, and yeah.
I had fun at least.
Yeah.
And that's what matters. That's what Rando's all about.
Yeah, Stella's got to get her groove back, right? There's a dated reference. Anyway. All right. Well, with that, I think that will pretty much wrap it up for us here on Speed Gaming 2 for the standard race. We have lots of other Link to the Past randomizer stuff coming up in the not too distant future. We have tomorrow at 11 o'clock is a pedestal goal seed, and the open weekly on Sunday. As always, we always take Saturday off for Speed Gaming. There was never a race on Saturday, so enjoy that day. Open weekly in Brosia, Open Key Sanity. We have plenty of races going on all months, all different modes. So come in on, check those out.
And have fun. If we have a bunch of people watching right now, if you want to try out these Link to the Past randomizers, you can check out a link to ALTTPR.com for the seeds. And you can check out any of the runners you've seen today, or most of the runners you've seen in chat on their Twitch channels, to get a better understanding of how the game goes.
Yeah, just be sure to give him a follow, except for Kaya Rokaya. That guy's literally the worst. Now give him a follow too. Great guy. Yeah. And shout outs to our trackers. One Kind of Syrup for doing double duty tracking and commentary, and Evelyn for being totally on top of everything fantastic job from both of you. Really appreciated having you guys be on top of everything. Thank you so much. And again, thanks to One Can of Syrup for helping me out with co-commentary. I think without you, I would have been totally lost.
Yeah, TJ, it was a lot of fun. This is our first time commentating together, but it was a really good time. So thanks. Shout out to TJ as well. Make sure to give TJ a follow on Twitch as well. But yeah, it was great fun today.
Yeah, fantastic race. Nicely done. Good diversions. Very, very fun all the way around, except for the early game where there was nothing.
Except for bombs. There were bombs.
There were bombs. There were many bombs.
There were a lot of bombs.
There were a lot of bombs. There were a lot of that happening. All right. But yeah, that'll do it for us. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Have a happy new year and have a wonderful night, and we'll see you next time.